Hello everyone, welcome to Study IQ. In this video, I bring to you best 300 MCQs of January 2025. This is set 3. Let's begin this video.
Recently, National River Traffic and Navigation System was launched during the second Inland Waterways Development Council meet to create a safe, seamless and sustainable movement of the inland vessels. This event was organized by which organization? So, we had the Inland Waterways Development Council meeting. It was organized by the Inland Waterways Authority of India. Inland Waterways Authority of India. And where was it held? It was held in Kaziranga. And Kaziranga is a place in Assam, also very famous for the Kaziranga National Park, famous for rhinos. So what is the meaning of the inland waterways? Inland waterway simply means the waterways in the rivers, not the oceans. Right? For example, you must have heard about the National Waterway 1, which runs from Prayagraj to Haldia. You must have heard about the National Waterway 2. National Waterway 1 is on the Ganga River. National Waterway 2 is from Sadia to Dhubri. Sadia to Dhubri in Assam. And National Waterway 2 is on the Brahmaputra River. National Waterway 1 is the longest waterway in India. So like that, we have lot of inland waterways in India. So what happened during this meet? So that I will tell you. Lot of new initiatives were launched by the Union Minister for Shipping and Waterways, Sarbanand Sonowal. Inland Waterways Authority of India works under the Ministry of Shipping, Ports and Waterways. The National River Traffic and Navigation System was also launched here to create a safe, seamless and sustainable movement of inland vessel. As the name says, this system will manage the river traffic and it will act as a navigation system so that our boats, jetties and ships which are in the rivers, which are running in the river, they can have sound navigation. Sound navigation. Also, the government says that they plan to launch 1,000 green vessels to boost economic opportunities through sustainable inland waterway transport. What are green vessel? Green vessel simply means they are environment friendly. They don't emit much carbon. So they can be electric vessel, for example. They are all green vessels. And that is why they are focusing on sustainable inland waterway transport. It will be sustainable only when it does not cause much harm to the environment. Now during this meeting, Sarbanand Sonowal, he also announced an investment of 50,000 crore rupees, that's a massive investment, over the next 5 years to strengthen the infrastructure on national waterway. This can be a good MCQ question. How much investment will be done by the Ministry of Port, Shipping and Waterway to strengthen the national waterway infrastructure? 50,000 crore in the next 5 years. Also, there will be a regional center of excellence that will be set up in Dibrugarh in Assam. And this institution, the aim will be to incubate an ecosystem to train and develop manpower for the inland waterway sector. Inland waterway sector. And then these are some, like for example, 4 new jetties that were launched here and there. Those are not very important. Jetties are basically the boats only. A 6 floating jetty, again, these things are not very important. Whatever is important, I will definitely tell you. Now you can see that there is a feasibility study on river Penna. Penna River, that is National Waterway 79. It was announced recently. And a detailed project report of National Waterway 4 to get additional inputs for development. Then a major policy initiative in the form of Riverine Community Development Scheme, it was mooted. Mooted means it was thought of at this meeting to improve the socio-economic well-being of the coastal communities by developing infrastructure, promotion of trade and tourism along with the riverine ecosystem, provide skill development training and upgrading traditional knowledge of river of the communities in an attempt to upgrade the quality of life of the people who are living by the bank of the national waterways. So riverine community development simply means that those communities which are living on the banks of the river, which are living on the banks of the waterways, their life we have to upgrade. We have to upgrade, right? And then these are not very important. There is a ship repair facility. There is a ship repair facility that will be set up in Ghazipur in UP. Ghazipur in UP, ship repair facility will be set up. So all this was discussed at the IWDC meet which happened in Kaziranga. Recently, INROAD, Indian Natural Rubber Operations for Assisted Development Project, INROAD project in the Northeast has received financial support of 100 crore for improving the quality of natural rubber in India. This project is implemented by which organization? This project is implemented by something known as the Rubber Board of India. The answer is option D. The answer is option D, the Rubber Board of India. First, let me tell you about the Rubber Board of India. So, Rubber Board of India, it was set up under the section 4 of the Rubber Act of 1947, and it works under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. And where is it headquartered? It is headquartered in a place called Kottayam in Kerala. Kottayam in Kerala. The board is responsible for the development of the rubber industry in India. Rubber industry in India. So what are we trying to achieve? Well, INROAD is a project. It is a public-private partnership, right? It is a public-private partnership. So the Rubber Board of India, let me tell you, the Rubber Board of India is working on this project. Which project? INROAD project, with some private companies. How many? So these private companies are Apollo, JK Tyre, CEAT Tyre, and MRF Tyre. These are 4 members of ATMA, Automotive Tyre Manufacturing Association of India, ATMA, right? Automotive Tyre Manufacturers Association. So INROAD project is run by the Rubber Board of India in collaboration with these. Now, what was our target? Our target is to develop 2 lakh hectare of rubber plantation in Assam, Arunachal, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura, and West Bengal. So, I repeat, Assam, Arunachal, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Tripura, and West Bengal. So, mostly in the Northeast and West Bengal, this project is running, and our target is to develop, we want that on 2 lakh hectare of land. 2 lakh hectare of land, natural rubber cultivation has to be done. INROAD project was started for the first time in 2021. So we are almost completing 4 years of the project. And have we achieved our target of 2 lakh hectare? No. So we have not achieved 2 lakh hectare, but yes, we have made tremendous progress, because 1.25 lakh hectare of natural rubber plantation has been achieved in the Northeast and West Bengal. How many districts? In 94 districts of Northeastern states and West Bengal. We are in the first 4 year of the project. 1,25,272 hectare has been covered. So what do? We do the skill development of the rubber growers. The rubber grower farmers, we do their skill development, we do the capacity building, and this is essentially what we do. So under this project, skill-based training is provided through the digital mode, and infrastructure is also built. For example, the model processing centers, model smoke houses, grading center. You know, what are rubber smoke houses? Rubber smoke houses are vital for producing high quality rubber sheets by drying and curing the latex. So latex is the raw material. The latex is the milky substance that is tapped from the rubber trees. So this first such model smokehouse was inaugurated. First such model smokehouse was inaugurated in Golpara in Assam. But many of these smokehouses have been inaugurated. These smokehouses help in the economic empowerment of the rubber growers, right? And this 100 crore which will be spent in the 5 years under the INROAD project, this money, is it contributed by the Rubber Board of India or is it contributed by the 4 private companies? It is contributed mainly by the 4 private companies. Automotive Tyre Manufacturers Association members, Apollo Tyre, JK Tyre, CEAT Tyre, and MRF Tyre. So this project is financially supported by the 4 members of Automotive Tyres Manufacturers Association of India. And it is implemented by the Rubber Board of India, but money is given by the ATMA members. Kappad Beach and Chal Beach, they have been given the Blue Flag certificate by the Government of Denmark's foundation. So in Denmark capital Copenhagen, we have a foundation called FEE, which is called Foundation for Environmental Education. They give the certificate of Blue Flag. And if some beach get Blue Flag certificate, it simply means that that beach is world class. That beach is world class. So the answer is Kerala. Kappad Beach is located in Kozhikode, and Chal Beach is located in Kannur in Kerala. Kannur in Kerala, right? So for getting a blue flag certificate, there are many criteria. For example, there has to be good waste management on the beach. It should be safe beach. The services have to be good. Water quality has to be good. Environmental education has to be there. You know, I mean, like that. So there are multiple criteria. There are approximately 33 criteria. There are 33 criteria, right? And why Kapad beach is so famous? Because it is on this beach that Vasco da Gama came in 1498. Vasco da Gama, the famous Portuguese explorer, so he came to this beach in 1498. 1498. Is that clear? And blue flag, if you get the certificate, there are 33 criteria, and it is very, very important, right? Now, as of 2024, there are approximately 5,000 beaches, marinas, and tourist boats in 51 countries that got the blue flag certificate. And India is now the fourth country in Asia after South Korea, Japan, and UAE with maximum blue flag beaches. So in Asia, we are the fourth. And how many blue flag beaches are there in India? There are multiple blue flag beaches in India. For example, Minikoy Thundi Beach in Lakshadweep, the Kadmat Beach in Lakshadweep, Shivrajpur Beach in Gujarat, Ghogla Beach in Diu, Kasargod and Pudubidri in Karnataka, Kappad in Kerala, Chal Beach in Kerala, Rushikonda Beach in Andhra, Golden Beach in Odisha in Puri, Radhanagar Beach in Andaman Nicobar, Kovalam Beach in Tamil Nadu, and Eden Beach in Puducherry. So these are the blue flag beaches of India. Understood? Very important question. And I have written the names here. You will find it in your notes as well. Okay, all the blue flag beaches name I have written here. Which mountains in India, they have been identified as a key global hotspot for threatened freshwater species by the first ever assessment. First ever multi-taxon global freshwater fauna assessment. Fauna means animals. Fauna means animals and flora means flowers. So this assessment was done by the IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature. International Union for Conservation of Nature. Is that clear? So International Union for Conservation of Nature, they did a assessment freshwater animals. Which place in India has been identified as a global hotspot? First of all, you need to understand the concept of hotspot. The concept of hotspot was given by a scientist called Norman Myers. Norman Myers. Hotspot is a place where biodiversity is very, very high, but it is also under threat. So you will find tremendous amount of biodiversity, lot of plants, lot of different species of animals, but they are in threat also. So the answer is Western Ghats. And look, in India, we have 4 hotspots. The Western Ghats, the Eastern Himalayas, the Indo-Burma region, the India-Myanmar border area, that has a lot of biodiversity and that is under threat also. So it is also a hotspot. And then there is Sundaland. Sundaland is an area that is mainly in the ASEAN countries, but Andaman Nicobar part of India is a part of Sundaland, and Andaman Nicobar also is a hotspot. So Sundaland. So these are the 4 hotspots in India, but Western Ghats in India is a key global hotspot for freshwater species, according to IUCN, for threatened freshwater species. Is that understood? Western Ghats. Western Ghats. And the greatest number of threatened species, they were found where? So they were found in Lake Victoria, which is located in Africa, in countries like Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda. Then Lake Titicaca. Lake Titicaca is sandwiched between Bolivia and Peru, and Sri Lanka's wet zone and the Western Ghats. So these are the 4 places where the greatest number of threatened species are there. These areas have some of the highest freshwater biodiversity in the world, but also in threat. Both things have to be there for it to be considered a hotspot. The biodiversity has to be very rich, but also it should be under threat. Now, which type of freshwater animals are under maximum threat? So crabs, crayfishes and shrimps. Crabs, crayfishes and shrimp, they are at the highest risk of extinction, right? 30% of all these species, crab, crayfish and shrimp, they are being threatened. Then 26% of the freshwater fishes are under threat, and 16% of dragonflies and damselflies, they are under threat. They are under threat. Now, where is the headquarters of IUCN? It is headquartered in Gland in Switzerland. And recently, there is Assamese environmentalist called Dr. Bibhav Kumar Talukdar. Dr. Bibhav Kumar Talukdar, he was given the Harry Messal Award, the prestigious Harry Messal Award to Dr. Bibhav Kumar Talukdar for his contribution in conserving the Asian rhinos. United States President Joe Biden has awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom with distinction to whom? So he has given it to Pope Francis. He is the first Pope. So Pope, you know, is the head of the Catholic Church, right, which is in Vatican. So Pope Francis, he is the first Pope ever from South American country. He is from Argentina. He is from Argentina, right? And what is the meaning of with distinction? He is actually the first person to receive it. With distinction means there is an added level of honor. Otherwise, many people got Presidential Medal of Freedom. Presidential Medal of Freedom is the highest civilian award which is given in America. Look, it is not only limited to American citizen. It is a civilian award, but it can also be given to the military people. So this award was started in 1963 by President John F. Kennedy, that time President of America, John F. Kennedy. So Pope Francis is the only person to get Presidential Medal of Freedom with distinction. And he was born as George Mario Bergoglio. George Mario Bergoglio. So this is the real name of Pope Francis. Pope Francis. And otherwise, how many people got the Presidential Medal of Freedom this year? 19 people. It was given to 19 people, some very eminent people, like for example, Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton, you know, she was the first lady elected to the American Senate. She also served as the Secretary of State. And Lionel Messi, who is a who is a renowned football player. Then George Soros, philanthropist and founder of the Open Society Foundation. All of this. Also, let me tell you, United States President Joe Biden has declared bald eagle as the national bird of America. Bald eagle is the national bird. It has been declared as the national bird of United States. It is the indigenous bird of North America. North America, right? Bald eagle. What is the IUCN status? Least concern. Least concern is the IUCN status. So this bird is not in any degree of threat. Which of the following Indian state has become the 34th state to implement the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana after the National Health Authority signed a MOU with its Department of Health and Family Welfare? The answer is Odisha. The answer is Odisha. So what is the deal with Odisha? Look, there is a very long story, but I will tell you in very, very short. In Odisha, there used to be a scheme called Biju Swasthya Kalyan Yojana. Okay, named after Biju Patnaik, the father of the former Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik. So in Odisha, what was the name of the scheme? Healthcare scheme, Biju Swasthya Kalyan Yojana. Right? This was the scheme. Now comes the new government. You know that in Odisha, new government was installed. BJP government came. Right? So they changed the name of the scheme and then renamed it as Gopa Bandhu Jan Arogya Yojana. Right? Gopa Bandhu Jan Arogya Yojana. Now Gopa Bandhu, why? Because it was named after the great freedom fighter Gopa Bandhu Das. Gopa Bandhu Das. He was a social worker. He was a political activist. He was a poet. He was a freedom fighter. So he is also known as Utkal Mani. Utkal Mani means the jewel of Odisha. The jewel of Odisha. Is that understood? So BJP government, when they came, they called it Gopa Bandhu Das Arogya Yojana. Right? This happened in July 2024. Now what they have done is they have adopted the Ayushman Bharat scheme. But there is one condition. Now in Gopa Bandhu Das scheme, what used to happen was that there is a 5 lakh rupees per family per annum, same as Ayushman Bharat. But there was an advantage in Gopa Bandhu Das scheme, which is they get an extra 5 lakh for women members. So in Ayushman Bharat and in Gopa Bandhu, you get 5 lakh rupees per family per annum health insurance. But in Gopa Bandhu, you also get extra 5 lakh if the person who requires the insurance is a woman. So 5 lakh extra for the women members of the family. So the Odisha people will not lose out on this benefit because in Ayushman Bharat, in Odisha only, this thing has been adopted. This thing has been adopted. So what they have done, they have converged Ayushman Bharat with Gopa Bandhu Das Arogya Yojana. That is what they have done. So they will get 5 lakh rupees per family per annum with an extra 5 lakh for the women members. And the scheme will be implemented by the same organization, National Health Authority. So what is the advantage? Now the question is, what will be the advantage? Also, you know that Ayushman Bharat scheme is a centrally sponsored scheme. So money will be shared in the ratio of 60:40 between the central government and the Odisha government, 60:40. Advantage is that in the Gopa Bandhu Swasthya Arogya Yojana, Gopa Bandhu, that scheme, number of hospital, Gopa Bandhu Jan Arogya Yojana we call it, Gopa Bandhu Jan Arogya Yojana, the number of hospitals were less. There were approximately 900 empaneled hospitals. But in Ayushman Bharat, the number of hospital is 29,000. So 29,000 government and private empaneled hospitals are there in Odisha, which have been empaneled. That is the advantage which Mohan Charan Manji, the Chief Minister of Odisha, has announced. So it will benefit 4.5 crore people of Odisha with the help of a single card. They don't need two separate cards. Just one card is enough because both the schemes have been merged together. So the number of families who were covered has also increased. And the converged schemes, they cover 86% of the population of Odisha. Right? So now tell me which schemes they don't have Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, also known as Ayushman Bharat. Only West Bengal and Delhi are remaining now. Otherwise, 34 state and union territory, they have adopted Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana or Ayushman Bharat. Now, can you tell me Ayushman Bharat scheme was started in which year? Ayushman Bharat scheme was started on 23rd of September 2018. So recently, this scheme has completed 6 glorious years, right? Ayushman Bharat scheme has completed 6 glorious years. And this is a scheme which is implemented by the National Health Authority that comes under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Purulia Observatory. So there is an observatory in Purulia in West Bengal. So it has been set up by the S.N. Bose Center for Basic Sciences for astronomical observations. So through the observatory, you can see telescope, through the telescopes, you can see the galaxies and asteroids and all these things. So Purulia Observatory has been set up by which institute? It has been set up by S.N. Bose Center for Basic Sciences, Satyendra Nath Bose. You must have heard about him. He was a great scientist. Where has it been set up? So basically, the question is asking that S.N. Bose Center for Basic Science, they have signed a MOU with which University of West Bengal for joint responsibility of running the observatory. Look, this observatory has been set up by Satyendra Nath Bose Center for Basic Science. That is fine. But the responsibility of running will be jointly shared by S.N. Bose Center and Sidho Kanho Birsha University. Sidho Kanho Birsha University. Is that clear? So this is the name of the university. And by the way, where have they set it up? This? So they have set it up on a hill called Panchet Hill. Panchet Hill is located in Purulia. That is why they are calling it Purulia Observatory. So this observatory has been set up at a height of 600 meter above the ground level at a longitude of approximately 86 degree east. Right? So this is the first observatory not just in India but in the world which is set up at 86 degree E longitude. 86 degree E longitude, right? 86 degree east longitude, right? So stretching from the Arctic Ocean all the way to the South Antarctic Ocean. Now there are very few observatories in the world which are on this longitude. So it is definitely the first in India and among a handful of few. And this Sidho Kanho Birsha University is also located in Purulia. It is also located in Purulia. So very, very important milestone for India. Now look, do we have other observatories also in India? Of course. So this is the 6th observatory of India and it is the first of Eastern India. It is the first in Eastern India, but it is the 6th overall. Which are the other 5? So you have the Ladakh Observatory in Henley. There is a village in Ladakh called Henley. Then you have the Nainital Observatory by Aryabhatta Research Institute of, Aries, we call it Aries. Then you have an observatory in Mount Abu in Rajasthan. You have an observatory in the Girbani Hills. Girbani Hills are located in Pune. And of course, you have the very famous, the Kavallur in Tamil Nadu. Kavalur. Kavalur. Let me write it again. Kavalur. Kavallur. So these are the observatories, right? The name of this Kavallur Observatory is the Venu Bappu Observatory. Venu Bappu Observatory, right? So these are the other 5, right? So this is the 6th observatory, and the project for building this observatory started in 2012. So it has taken 12-13 years. It is built on 4.9 acres of land. 4.9 acres of land. So what is the advantage of this observatory? Well, I mean the same advantage that is of any observatory. Now what they have done, they have also set up a automatic weather forecast center also, just near this observatory, which will be helpful in measuring rainfall, temperature and wind speed. And SN Bose Center, where is it located? SN Bose Center basically is under the Department of Science and Technology of Government of India, right? It works under the Department of Science and Technology of the Ministry of Science and Tech. It is named after Satyendra Nath Bose, and it was set up in 1986. It is located in Salt Lake City in West Bengal. Salt Lake City in West Bengal. Union Minister of Commerce and Industry has recently inaugurated the National Turmeric Board in New Delhi. Who among the following has been appointed as its first chairperson? A very important question. So Palle Ganga Reddy. Palle Ganga Reddy is the first chairperson of National Turmeric Board, just like most boards in India, like Rubber Board and Spices Board, and they all work under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. So this board is no different, and it has also been set up under the Ministry of Commerce. Where will be the headquarters of National Turmeric Board? Nizamabad. Very important question. Nizamabad is in Telangana. Nizamabad is going to be the headquarters for Turmeric Board. And what will they do? So National Turmeric Board, as the name says, turmeric or haldi as we call it in Hindi, it will try to promote turmeric cultivation, right? Turmeric cultivation, research and export of turmeric, holistic growth of the turmeric sector. So it will be chaired by a chairperson, and chairperson will be appointed by the central government. So the first chairperson is Palle Ganga Reddy. Palle Ganga Reddy. And it will also have a secretary. Secretary will be appointed by the Department of Commerce, which works under the Ministry of Commerce. And chairperson will be appointed by the central government. And then there will be some members from the Ministry of Ayush, from the Department of Pharmaceutical, that works under the Ministry of Chemical Fertilizer, Ministry of Agriculture, Farmer Welfare, Ministry of Commerce. So there will be members from these ministries, right? And then it will also have the representatives from the top 2 turmeric growing states of Maharashtra. It will have, as I said, a chairperson, a secretary. Secretary will be appointed by Department of Commerce, chairperson by the central government. Members from these ministries: Ayush, Department of Pharmaceutical, that works under the Ministry of Chemical and Fertilizer, Agriculture and Farmer Welfare Ministry, Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Now it will also have the representatives from the top 2 turmeric growing states of India, which are those Maharashtra and Telangana. Maharashtra and Telangana, right? So in Maharashtra, especially, the Sangli turmeric is very famous. Sangli Chahalad or Sangli turmeric. It has also got the GI tag. Then Telangana, Maharashtra and Telangana are the top 2. And even Meghalaya is very rich. The Lakadong turmeric from Meghalaya is very rich. You also have some specific places. For example, Erode turmeric is a GI tagged product. Erode is in Tamil Nadu, right? You also have a place in Odisha called Kandhamal. Kandhamal haldi, Kandhamal turmeric is also very famous. So states will be represented on the board by rotation. Representatives from the top 2 turmeric growing states of India, Maharashtra, Telangana, and from Meghalaya, they will be also part of the board. And some representation will also be there from exporter and producers bodies, and some select national or state institutions which are involved in the research of turmeric, they will also be a part of the board. So the new board will promote research and development of new turmeric product, and will look into the value addition of turmeric, processing of turmeric, exporting, marketing, all these things. Now, the Minister for Commerce and Industry, Piyush Goyal, he gave some data that I would like to share with you. In financial year 24 in India, the latest data that is available, 3.05 lakh hectare of area in India was under turmeric cultivation, right? Total production was 10.74 lakh ton. This much of turmeric was produced in India, 10.74 lakh ton. And 70% of the global production of turmeric is in India. So India is by far the #1 producer of turmeric. And look, every turmeric is not the same. India produces 30 different types of turmeric. There are 30 varieties of turmeric which are produced in India, right? So India is the largest producer, India is the largest consumer, and India is the largest exporter of turmeric in the world. Where do we export turmeric? Well, the main markets are USA, UAE, Bangladesh, Malaysia, etc., etc. So these are the markets where we export turmeric. Now, out of the 3.05 lakh, out of the 10.74 lakh ton which was produced on 3 lakh hectare of land, out of the 10.74 lakh ton, how much we exported in financial year 24? We exported 1.62 lakh ton. So you can see that out of our total production, we were able to export only 10%. 90% we consume on our own. So 1.62 lakh ton of turmeric and turmeric products, they were exported, right? What is the scientific name of turmeric? It is called Curcuma longa. And it is also known as the golden spice of India. Golden spice of India. And turmeric is produced in in like 20 states of India. But of course, the leading ones are Maharashtra and Telangana. Recently, the world's first 300 megawatt compressed air energy storage demonstrator project called Nangchu 1 was fully connected to the grid in Yingchang in central China's Hubei province. Marking the official commencement of commercial operations for the power station, the project was constructed by which company in China? In the Hebei province in central China? The answer is China Energy Engineering Group. This is the world's first 300 megawatt compressed air energy storage. Compressed air energy storage. So what is this technology? CAES. We call it CAES technology, right? CAES technology. This is a milestone for China, right? This is the world's such large scale CAES technology project. And they have integrated it to their Nangchu 1. Nangchu 1 is the name of the project. They have integrated it with the power station, power grid, right? So it is the world's first fully green, non-supplementary combustion and high efficiency 300 megawatt CAES project. So it will save a lot of coal. It will reduce carbon dioxide emission. It will reduce carbon dioxide emission, and it will be safe and stable. It has been connected to the power grid. It will solve a lot of problems of China. The second of the two multi-purpose vessel built by Larsen & Toubro shipyard for the Indian Navy was launched at Kattupalli shipyard, which is owned by Larsen & Toubro. It is located in Chennai. What is the name of the second multi-purpose vessel? Look, there was a contract given to Larsen & Toubro by the Indian Navy for manufacturing two multi-purpose vessel. Okay, two multi-purpose vessel. So they have delivered now the second one. It is called Utkarsh. It is called Utkarsh. It is multi-purpose vessel, right? What was the name of the first one? Samarthak. Samarthak was the name of the first, and only two they had to build. So they have fulfilled their commitment, right? They have fulfilled their commitment. This was a contract which was given in March 2022. So they have taken up almost 3 years. So the length of the ship is 106 meter. It is a 106 meter vessel, and as the name says, multi-purpose. So it can be used for, it is capable of towing other ships, launch and recover various targets, operate unmanned autonomous vehicles, multi-purpose. It can also help in disaster relief if needed. All these things. There is a book called How India Scaled Mount G20, the inside story of the G20 presidency. Who has written it? It is an extremely important book by Amitabh Kant. The answer is option B. Now, who is Amitabh Kant? Amitabh Kant is the former CEO of the Niti Aayog. He is the former CEO of the Niti Aayog. So this book describes how India organized the G20 summit in 2023, what all the things happened, and how this entire thing works. I mean, how we included African Union as a part of G20. I mean, all those things. Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has launched Mission Mausam. The word Mausam means weather. It's a Hindi word. In English, it means weather. Mission Mausam. Total 2,000 crore will be spent on this mission in the next 2 years. Now, Mission Mausam will be implemented by which ministry? It will be implemented by the Ministry of Earth Sciences. Ministry of Earth Sciences. And there is an organization called IMD, that is Indian Meteorological Department. India Meteorological Department is celebrating its 150th anniversary. So on this occasion, Mission Mausam was launched by PM Modi. So what are we going to do? Well, we want better weather forecasting. We want better climate forecasting. We want climate research, weather research, climate services. All of these things we want to do. So the phase one of Mission Mausam will be implemented from 2024 to 2026. And it will also have phase 2 that will be implemented for 5 years. That is from 2026 to 2031, right? So Mission Mausam will be in 2 phases. So this one over 2 years will be phase 1. And what are the objectives? We want to develop cutting edge weather surveillance, climate research, atmospheric observation, high performance computing system, AI, ML in weather data, weather management, capacity building. I mean, all of this. And We want better air quality forecast also. We want short and medium range weather forecast accuracy. We want to increase it. So air quality forecast, we want to do in all the smart cities, and air quality forecast we want to improve by about 5 to 10%. Then we want to improve the short and medium range weather forecast accuracy. We want to improve the accuracy by 5 to 10%. So all of these things, right? Then we want quicker reception of all the satellite data. We want enhanced forecast accuracy. All those things which you expect. And which are the institutes that will be implementing this? So there are 3 Indian institutes which will be implementing this. One is the India Meteorological Department, IMD, that is based in Delhi. The second is IITM, Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, that is based in Pune. And the third one is National Center for Medium Range Weather Forecasting, which is based in Noida. So these are the 3 Indian institutes that will be implementing the mission Mausam. A very, very important question. Here, I would also like to tell you that Prime Minister Modi, since we are celebrating IMD's 150 years, so he launched a document called Vision 2047. And this is a document that has been prepared by the India Meteorological Department. It's a strategic document that sets ambitious targets for enhancing the weather forecasting accuracy and disaster management in India by 2047. So there are objectives of IMD. There are milestones that it has to achieve in the next 2 years, in the next 10 years. So next 2 years means what? Next 2 years, you can say by 2027. Next 10 years, so by 2035, and next 22 years, that is by 2047. So there are milestones for 2 years, 10 years, and 22 years. So what are the objectives? Let's see what are the objectives. 100% detection of severe weather. It aims for complete detection of severe weather events at the village and household level by 2047 using enhanced observational system like satellites and radar. Then the forecast accuracy. So we want to achieve 100% accuracy for the forecast up to 3 days, 90% accuracy for forecast up to 5 days, 80% accuracy for up to 7 days, and 70% accuracy for up to 10 days. This makes sense also. See, ultimately, if something is going to happen within the next 3 days, we should be 100% sure about it, 100% accuracy, so that we can act. But as the days increase, so what will happen after 10 days? Obviously, you cannot have 100% accuracy for that, but even 70% accuracy will go a long way. Also, we are targeting 0 deaths in India from weather-related event. For that, obviously, we need to have a good accuracy, so we can forecast that event earlier and do the disaster management appropriately. We also want to minimize the property damage and losses by providing impact-based forecast and risk-based warnings. These will be developed dynamically using geospatial technology, hazard and impact modeling and data-driven system. Union Minister of Electronics and IT has launched India's first fully indigenous 64-bit Vega-based system on chip named Tejas 64, which is fabricated at which place? So India's first fully indigenous 64-bit Vega-based system on chip, it is called Tejas 64, and it has been developed by or manufactured by Semiconductor Laboratory, which is based in Mohali. Semiconductor Laboratory, which is based in Mohali. Now, who designed it? So designing was done by CDAC, Center for Development of Advanced Computing, which is headquartered in Pune, and CDAC works under the Ministry of Electronics and IT. Now here you can see Tejas 64 is fabricated at Semiconductor Laboratory in Mohali, and this is India's first fully indigenous 64-bit Vega-based SoC. It is mainly designed for robust and secure embedded applications. Then there are 2 more technologies which have been designed recently. One is Aries Nova Development Board. Aries Nova Development Board is designed for Internet of Things, wearable devices and robotics. It is a very compact and breadboard friendly hardware platform. It is powered by the Vega ET1031 chip, and it offers an affordable and versatile option for developers and innovators. Then we have Aries Eco Development Board. So this is the Nova Development Board, this is the Eco Development Board. It is a cost-effective platform which is tailored for embedded systems enthusiasts. It features multiple communication interfaces and GPIOs, supporting standalone operation with various power options. It will be useful for students, and it facilitates a hands-on platform for experimenting with applications like sensor fusion, smart meters, and wearable devices. So all of these three things, they are designed by CDAC. So all of these three are designed by CDAC Pune. These are slightly technical things. I know it's difficult to understand Internet of Things, wearable devices, machine learning, all these things, but you can remember the name of these three things: Aries Nova, Aries Eco Development Board, and Tejas SOC. All are made by CDAC, and Tejas is manufactured at the Semiconductor Laboratory in Mohali. And all of these things are by Ministry of Electronics and IT. In fact, Ministry of Electronics and IT in 2022, they started a program called DIR5. And it is all these things are developed as a part of DIR5. The idea behind this program was to develop future generations of microprocessors to achieve India's strategic priorities of mobility, computing, and digitization. So what is the main target of DIR5 program? To commercialize India's first indigenous chipsets by 2023-24. This was the target, and in April it was launched. So this program is a part of the Government of India Semiconductor Program, which had a budget of 76,000 crore. 76,000 crore. What is the full form of DIRV? It is Digital India RISCV. In short, DIRV. And RISCV is what? Reduced Instruction Set Computer. These are basically very powerful computer, 5th generation computer. They don't need a lot of instructions to work, right? So they execute few computer instructions, whereas V stands for 5th generation. And all of this technology is used in all the advanced things like microprocessor, semiconductor, silicon chips, cloud services, Internet of Things, etc. Indian Navy has announced the commissioning of INS Nilgiri. This is the first ship of the P-17A stealth frigate project. INS Nilgiri has been built by which of the following company? So INS Nilgiri is the first in the series in the Project 17A, and it is delivered by Mazagon Dock Shipbuilder. In Project 17A, there are 7 ships that will be built. Which 7? And all of these are frigates. These are frigates, right? So these are Nilgiri, Himgiri, Udaygiri, Dunagiri, Taragiri, Vindhyagiri, and Mahendragiri. And all of these are named after mountain ranges of India. So Nilgiri is the first in the series, and it has been commissioned. Now all the 7 are ready, just that their commissioning has not been done. They are undergoing trials, right? For example, Vindhyagiri was also in news recently. It is developed by GRSE, and so first one is Nilgiri in the series. And who will manufacture these ships? So these will be manufactured, total will be 7. 4 will be manufactured by Mazagon Dock Shipbuilder, and 3 will be manufactured by Garden Ridge Shipbuilder and Engineer. So this is Project 17A. What is a frigate? Frigate is a type of warship. It is a small ship, and it can move at very fast speed, because the large ships cannot move at very fast speed. So frigates are used to protect other ships. So frigates, they are smaller than the destroyer ships, but frigates are larger than the corvettes. So corvettes are the smallest, frigates are then larger, and destroyers are the largest, right? So frigate is something around 3,000 to 5,000 ton capacity. That is, they are very fast, agile, they can turn very fast, they can carry a lot of weapons, guns, torpedoes, missiles, all of these things they can carry. So INS Nilgiri is the first in the series of Project 17A, and it comes with a lot of advanced weaponry, and it can also carry 8 BrahMos supersonic cruise missiles. Now, recently in the question it is also asked that INS Surat. So INS Surat has also been commissioned recently. INS Surat is the 4th and the last destroyer ship under Project 15B. So there is one more project which is called Project 15B, and the first 3 ships, INS Vishakhapatnam, INS Mormugao, INS Imphal, they were commissioned. So INS Vishakhapatnam was commissioned in 21, Mormugao in 22, Imphal in 23, and now we have Surat, which is the destroyer ship, right? And it has been made by Mazagon Dock Shipbuilder once again. Okay, Mazagon Dock Shipbuilder. It was designed by the Warship Design Bureau, but it is built commercially by Mazagon Dock Shipbuilder. So it has also been commissioned. So do remember Project 15B and Project 17A. Recently, Government of India, they have constituted the Atomic Energy Commission, reconstituted the Atomic Energy Commission, and they have also included TV Somnathan and Manoj Govil. So TV Somnathan is the Cabinet Secretary and Manoj Govil is the Expenditure Secretary. Expenditure Secretary means what? In the Department of Expenditure in the Ministry of Finance, he is the Secretary. So who will be the Chairman of the Atomic Energy Commission? Chairman of the Atomic Energy Commission. So it is a very senior and very renowned scientist, Ajit Kumar Mohanty. Ajit Kumar Mohanty, right? Now in Atomic Energy Commission, who all are there? So in Atomic Energy Commission, we have Pankaj Kumar Mishra, who is a member in the Ministry of Finance. We have Cabinet Secretary TV Somnathan, we have Manoj Govil, Ajit Kumar Mohanty. He is the Secretary of the Department of Atomic Energy. He is the Chairman of the Atomic Energy Commission. Atomic Energy Commission also has Ajit Doval, Pramod Kumar Mishra. Pramod Kumar Mishra is the Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister of India. The Foreign Secretary Vikram Mishri, right? All of these, they are in this Atomic Energy Commission. Atomic Energy Commission, right? And there are other members also like Vivek Bhasin. He is ex officio member of the commission. Even Foreign Secretary Mr. Somnathan Govil, they are also ex officio member. Ex officio means, so for example, TV Somnathan is the Cabinet Secretary. So whoever becomes the Cabinet Secretary automatically becomes the member of Atomic Energy Commission. And can you tell me something about Atomic Energy Commission? Atomic Energy Commission, it was initially set up in 1948 in the Department of Scientific Research. But then Department of Atomic Energy, it was set up in 1954. And it is directly under the Prime Minister of India. So the, there was a Government of India resolution. The Atomic Energy Commission was then brought under the Department of Atomic Energy. And it is headquartered in Mumbai. It is headquartered in Mumbai. Bihar Sports University, it was recognized by the UGC, University Grants Commission, under Section 2F of the UGC Act of 1956. It can now offer academic courses in physical education and sports sciences, including UG diploma and PG diploma. Where is it? It is in Rajgir in Bihar. Bihar Sports University is located in Rajgir in Bihar. And it is the first sports university of Bihar, right? Now, retired IAS officer Shishir Sinha, he has been appointed as the first Vice Chancellor of the university. First Vice Chancellor of the university. This university was inaugurated on 29th of August, which is the National Sports Day 2024 by the Chief Minister of Bihar, Mr. Nitish Kumar. President of India has launched the Gift Milk Program, which is designed to combat the malnutrition and improve the health of the children. The program will provide how much of flavored milk fortified with vitamin A and D to approximately 1200 school children in Mayurbhanj in Odisha. So, President of India, she visited Mayurbhanj district of Odisha and she started this gift milk program. 200 ml of milk. 200 ml of milk will be given to children every day. It will be flavored milk and it will be fortified with vitamin A and D, and this will be very useful for children. Now, this is a gift milk program is by the Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairy. This department works under the Ministry of Animal Husbandry, Fisheries and Dairy. So this is to enhance rural livelihood, improve livestock productivity and address critical nutritional challenges in the region. Now, President of India, she also inaugurated the Cattle Induction Program in Mayurbhanj under the Rashtriya Gokul Mission. This initiative included the distribution of 3,000 high genetic merit cattle to the identified beneficiaries in Mayurbhanj. Rashtriya Gokul Mission is by the Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairy. We try to increase the number of the domestic cattle and improve their breeds in the Rashtriya Gokul Mission. So Rashtriya Gokul Mission is implemented by National Dairy Development Board. National Dairy Development Board. The program seeks to enhance the milk production, strengthen the rural income and promote sustainable livestock practices. So as a part of this event, gift milk program was also launched, which I have already told you. And President also launched market support program to strengthen the milk procurement, processing and marketing in the state of Odisha. This initiative is aimed at increasing the milk procurement capacity. Currently, 5 lakh litre per day of milk is procured from the dairy farmer, but they want to increase it to 10 lakh litre per day. 10 lakh litre per day. And Rashtriya Gokul Mission, when was it started? Rashtriya Gokul Mission was started in 2014 December by the Ministry of Animal Husbandry, Fisheries and Dairy. And this is to increase the milk production, increase the domestic cattle and improve the domestic cattle breeds, right? So currently its name has been changed. We don't call it Rashtriya Gokul Mission. We now call it Rashtriya Pashudhan Vikas Yojana. And this will run all the way till 2026. So in 2021, it was realigned as Rashtriya Pashudhan Vikas Yojana, and the budgetary allocation was 2400 crore rupees. 2400 crore rupees. So it will end on 31st March 2026. Who among the following has been appointed by RBI to oversee the Monetary Policy and Economic Research Department? The Monetary Policy and Economic Research Department of the Reserve Bank of India will be overseen by Mr. M. Rajeshwar Rao. M. Rajeshwar Rao, he is the Deputy Governor of the RBI. And currently we have only 3 Deputy Governor, T. Ravi Shankar, M. Rajeshwar Rao and Swaminathan Janaki Raman. So there are 33 departments in the RBI, and T. Ravi Shankar will manage 13 departments, right? So they have been given different departments. Swaminathan Janaki Raman, he will have oversee 9 departments, and the remaining 11 departments will be overseen by M. Rajeshwar Rao, including Monetary Policy and Economic Research Department. Also, Michael Debrat Patra has retired now. So there are only 3 deputy governors in the RBI. There cannot be more than 4 governors, deputy governors in the RBI. There can be less than 4 deputy governors, but not more than 4. Central Industrial Security Force CISF, which works under the Ministry of Home Affairs, it has approved the formation of 2 new battalions. So each of the new sanctioned battalion will comprise how many personnel? 2 new battalions will be there in CISF now, Central Industrial Security Force, and 1025 will be the strength of each of these, right? So they want to boost the CISF capacity. And what does CISF do? CISF protects our Maharatan company, Miniratan, Navaratan company, our critical infrastructure, nuclear power plant, even airport security, even the security of the parliament, all of this. And the women's participation in CISF is only 7%. Right? Now the total number of battalions in CISF earlier were 13. 2 new battalions are there. So the total number of battalions in CISF are now 15. Protection and security is their motto. It works under the Ministry of Home Affairs. Even there is a all-women battalion also that has been inducted in CISF recently. Mahila Battalion. This is the first ever all-women CISF battalion, which was announced in November 2024. It will have more than 1,000 women. Right? So CISF was raised in 1969 for the first time. Then, it was created as a armed force of India. It was made an armed force in 1983. And it is headquartered in New Delhi. Currently, Mr. Rajvinder Singh Bhatti is the Director General of CISF.
Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, in association with which organization, has launched Cyber Security Grand Challenge 2.0. So the second phase of Cyber Security Grand Challenge has been launched with a combined prize money of rupees 6.85 crore. So the total prize money is 6.85 crore. Now this challenge was launched for the first time in 2020. This challenge is launched by Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology and DSCI, that is Data Security Council of India. Now this council is launched by NASSCOM, in 2008. Okay, now talking about this particular challenge, that is Cybersecurity Grand Challenge. Now there are 6 problem statements which are given under this challenge, and startup have to compete on these challenges. Now there are many stages in this particular challenge. That is, first stage is idea stage, second is minimal viable product stage, third one is final stage, and a new stage, that is go to market stage, is also given this time. Okay. Now talking about this stage, for the idea stage, six startups will qualify, and all these 6 startups will be provided rupees 5 lakh each. Okay. In MVP stage, that is minimum viable product stage, 3 startups will qualify, and each startup will be provided rupees 10 lakh each. Third is winner stage, which is also known as final stage. 1 startup will qualify, and startup will be provided rupees 25 lakh. Now these 6 startups will qualify for each problem statement, 3 startups for each problem statement and 1 startup for each problem statement. It means there are 6 problem statement. So here 36 startup will qualify, here 18 startup will qualify, and here 6 startups will qualify. Now after these, there is a go to market stage in which the startup which achieves the first award, that is platinum award, will be given rupees 1 crore. The startup which received the gold award will be given 50 lakh rupees, and the startups which received the silver award will be given 25 lakh rupees. So cumulatively, the total prize money under this grant challenge is 6.85 crore. And this particular challenge is launched for cyber security competencies to innovate in cyber security competencies, to build the competency in cyber security sector. Clear? Now, talking about the problem statement, there are 6 problem statements. First one is API security. Second is data security. Third one is wearable device security and privacy. Fourth one is clone and fake app mitigation. Fifth one is AI for threat detection and incident response. And sixth one is security next generation biometric system. A flagship initiative of Government of India, Startup India, aimed to nurture innovation and catalyze the growth of startups across the country, has recently marked how many years of its implementation. So recently, Startup India initiative of Government of India has completed 9 years. Okay. Now this was completed on 16th of January 2025. Now 16th of January is this day is also known as National Startup Day. Okay? So the first Startup Day was celebrated in 2022. Clear? Now, talking about this particular initiative, that is Startup India initiative, it was launched to nurture innovation and catalyze the growth of startup in India. Now, which organization, which department of Government of India manages this initiative? That is DPIIT, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. So DPIIT manages this startup. Now, this DPIIT has recognized till date 1.59 lakh startups. So 1.59 lakh startups are being recognized by DPIIT till 15th of January 2025. Clear? And India has established itself as third largest startup ecosystem in the world. Clear? So there are key milestones which are being discussed here under this initiative. So first one is in 2016 there were only 500 startups which were recognized by DPIIT, which has increased to 1,59,157 till 15 January 2025. Okay. Now there are startups, 73,151 startups, recognized startups, which have at least one women director. Okay. And these startups have created 16.6 lakh direct jobs. Clear? Now, talking about the core features of this initiative. Now, this initiative has been launched to provide ease of doing business, simplified compliance, self-certification facilities also provided, and single window clearance is provided to these startups to build their startups. Okay? If any startup wants to document their startup, they're provided these kind of features, these kind of facilities like self-certification, single window clearance. They don't need to go here and there for document verification or etc. etc. Next is tax benefits are also provided to these startups. So eligible startups enjoy tax exemptions for 3 consecutive financial years. So for 3 consecutive years, these eligible startups will be provided the tax exemptions. Third is funding support of rupees 10,000 crore will be provided at this funding stage under the Startup India initiative. Okay. Now, this Startup India initiative has been launched to focus policy on some sectors like biotech. Special emphasis is given on these sectors like biotech, agriculture, renewable energy, which foster targeted growth. Clear? Recently, a joint exercise involving the elite airborne soldiers from Indian Army and Indian Air Force has been held. Now you have to tell me what is the name of this exercise. So the name of this exercise is Exercise Devil Strike. Clear? Now, name of this exercise is Exercise Devil Strike. Now this exercise is conducted to enhance the operational readiness in a challenging environment. Enhance the operational readiness in challenging environment, and also this exercise focuses on assessment and refinement of logistic sustenance strategy. Clear है? Now this exercise is also comprises airborne operations on various aircraft, including troop and equipment insertion. Clear? Recently, Ganga Sagar Mela, the second largest Hindu fair after the Kumbh Mela, has been held in which of the following states? So this Ganga Sagar Mela is held in West Bengal. Okay? Now this is the second largest Hindu fair after the Kumbh Mela. So the first one is Kumbh Mela, which is recently over in Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh. The second one is Ganga Sagar Mela, which held in West Bengal. Now talking about this Ganga Sagar Mela is held in Ganga Sagar, Sagardweep, which comes under the South 24 Pargana district in West Bengal. Now it is organized around Kapil Muni Ashram. Okay? Now there is a ashram nearby of Kapil Muni. Now Kapil Muni is incarnation of Vishnu. Okay? Let me tell you that. Now talking about this Ganga Sagar Mela, it is held every year at Ganga Sagar, West Bengal, and it is held around 14th or 15th January every year. Clear? Now West Bengal government has deployed some key technologies in Ganga Sagar Mela. Some of these technologies are advanced technology to enhance crowd management. So to enhance crowd management, advanced technology is deployed. Second one is to monitor enhanced monitoring with mega control room and pilgrim transport management system. Third one is robust communication infrastructure. Fourth one is e-Anusandhan, which is a unique digital solution. Okay? E-Anusandhan is a unique digital solution. Okay? This e-Anusandhan will help the pilgrims to navigate the Mela, navigate the fair with ease. Okay? Next one is push SMS for real-time updates. Next one is e-Darshan, which brings the sacred experience to all. Next one is e-Snan, that is holy water at your doorstep with digital outreach. Okay? Next is e-Parichaya, ensuring safety with QR code wristband at Ganga Sagar Mela. Okay? And next one is Bandhan, okay? Which is a token of gratitude for pilgrims. Recently, SpaceX has launched a pair of lunar landers, that is Blue Ghost and Resilience, which aims to touch down on Moon. Okay? You have to tell me which of the following companies has developed Blue Ghost lander. Now this Blue Ghost is developed by Firefly Aerospace, which is a Texas-based company. Now talking about the Blue Ghost lander, it carries itself with its 10 experiments for NASA. Some of them are vacuum to gather dirt. Second is a drill to measure the temperature below the surface of Moon. Third one is a device which can be used by the future moonwalkers to keep the sharp abrasive particle of their spacesuits and equipments. So these are some of the experiments which the Firefly Aerospace lander, that is Blue Ghost, is taking away with itself. Okay? Now the second lander name is Resilience. Now this Resilience lander is associated with a company named iSpace, and it is a Tokyo-based company. Clear? Now this will land in around 4 to 5 months from January. Okay? Now it will land near the Mare Frigoris, which is a place on the northern side of Moon. Okay? Now this Resilience Land Rover will have a rover on board with a scoop to gather up lunar dirt for study, and it plans to test potential food and water resources for future explorers. Clear? Now these are the two landers which are being launched by the two different companies of two different countries. Clear? On the Moon. Recently, Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi has inaugurated Sri Radha Madan Mohan Ji Temple, which is Asia's second largest ISKCON temple at which of the following places. So this temple is inaugurated at Khadgarh, Navi Mumbai. Okay? Talking about this temple is built over the 12 years at the cost of 170 crore rupees. Now it is Asia's second largest ISKCON temple. Now this temple is constructed by ISKCON, that is International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Now this ISKCON is founded by Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. It was founded by this ISKCON. ISKCON actually is a Hare Krishna movement. It is dedicated to Hare Krishna movement. Okay? Now this ISKCON is founded by Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada in 1966 in New York City. Clear? Now the headquarters of ISKCON is located in Mayapur, West Bengal. Headquarters of ISKCON is located in Mayapur, West Bengal. Recently, Union Minister for Education has launched a registration portal for third edition of Kashi Tamil Sangamam. Which of the following agencies with Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, is the implementing agency of this program? Okay. So the answer is Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi. So Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi and IIT Madras are the implementing agency of Kashi Tamil Sangamam. Now let us discuss about this this Sangamam. Now this is a brainchild of Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi. It is an initiative to celebrate the timeliness bond between Tamil Nadu and Kashi. Clear? Now this initiative is organized by Ministry of Education in collaboration with other ministries like Ministry of Culture, Textile, Railways, Tourism, Food Processing and Information and Technology. Also with Government of Uttar Pradesh. Clear? Now the implementing agencies are IIT Madras and BHU Varanasi. Now this year the government has decided to bring around 1000 delegates from Tamil Nadu to Banaras under the 5 category groups. These groups are student, teachers, writers, farmers and artisans, professional and small entrepreneurs. 4th one is women. 5th one is startup, innovation, edutech, research. So people associated with startup, innovation, edutech and research. Now the duration of this tour will be 8 days, 4 days for travel and 4 days for site visit. Earlier, Kashi Tamil Sangamam was celebrated in 2022 and 2023. The theme of this Kashi Tamil Sangamam 3rd edition is Maharshi Agasthyar. Maharshi Agasthyar. Clear? Recently, which of the following companies has successfully launched India's first private satellite constellation, Firefly, aboard Transporter 12 rideshare mission with SpaceX from Vandenberg Space Force Base, California, USA. Now, the company which has launched this private satellite constellation, which is based in India, is Pixel. Now, Pixel is based in Bangalore. It is a Bangalore-based company. Clear? Now, recently, first 3 satellites of this constellation are launched. Now, why this constellation is being launched? Now, this constellation is actually a country's first private imaging satellite constellation. First thing is this imaging satellite constellation. Now, it will be used for many important things like earth monitoring, agriculture, environmental monitoring, okay, meteorology. Clear? Now this constellation will open up new possibilities for sectors such as environmental agencies to monitor deforestation. Okay? It will ocean pollution. Okay? It will also detect the changes in soil composition, water quality and atmospheric condition. Next, Aditya Birla backed Digantra, which is a Bangalore based startup. It has also announced the successful launch of its mission, that is SCOT mission, Space Camera for Object Tracking. Now this is a space surveillance mission which will detect and track objects of as small as 5 cm. Now this mission is backed by Aditya Birla Ventures and SIDBI. It aims to support the national security and space operations. Clear? Next one is a Telangana-based startup named XD Links Labs Private Limited in collaboration with USA-based Alma Gas Space Collaboration Corporation has launched a satellite named Elevation 1, which carried world's first E-band communication payload. Now this is a E-band based communication payload, kind of communication satellite, which aims to push the data rates to 10 gigabits per second. So this satellite aims to enhance the speed of data. data transfer, and the data transfer speed it targeting is 10 gigabits per second. As per recently released QS World Future Skills Index 2025, India has secured which position globally in the index, excelling in future of the work category with second highest score of 99.1 globally, just behind the US. So you have to tell me that what position India has secured in this particular index globally. So globally, India has secured a 25th rank on overall basis. There are four indicators under this particular index on which rankings are being provided. First one is skills fit, second is academic readiness, third one is future of work, and fourth one is economic transformation. Now, we have ranked second in future of work. Overall, we have ranked 25th, and in future of work, first rank is secured by United States. Now, let us discuss about these indicators. Now, these indicators, skills fit indicator measures the alignment between workforce skills and employers' needs. So it measures what are the demands of the employers and what are the skills which is carried by the workforce. Second one is academic readiness. Academic readiness reflects the capacity of country's higher education system to equip students with relevant skills for the futures. So it checks that what capacity does the higher education system of a particular country has, so that it could equip them with relevant skills for the future jobs. For example, future jobs are in artificial intelligence. Now, if an institution does have the capacity to provide that particular student or the workforce that particular skill related to artificial intelligence, then it can score well in this particular academic readiness indicator of this index. Clear? Third one is future of work, which it assesses country's preparedness for jobs of the future. Okay? Fourth one is economic transformation, which examines the interplay between the education, workforce skills, and industrial growth. Now, talking about the India is under the future skills contender category with a score of 60 to 79. India's score is between 60 to 79. Overall score of India is 76.6. Okay? Now, talking about these indicators, the top countries which have topped these indicators, these four indicators are United Kingdom in skills fit, United Kingdom in academic readiness, United States in future of work, and South Korea in economic transformation. Now, the top three countries in this index are United States, United Kingdom, and Germany. India has secured 25th place in this index, and it has overall score of India is 76.6. Clear? Recently, Government of India has designated areas around Shikari Devi Wildlife Sanctuary as the eco-sensitive zones to reduce the impact of urbanization and development activities on surrounding protected. Now you have to tell me that this wildlife sanctuary is located in which of the following states. Now this wildlife sanctuary is located in Himachal Pradesh, in Mandi district. Okay? In Mandi district of Himachal Pradesh. Now, what is eco-sensitive zone? Now, eco-sensitive zones are those zones which are declared by state government, and these land falling within the 10-kilometer area of the boundaries of national park, wildlife sanctuary, and these are known as the eco-sensitive zone. Now, some activities are permitted in this eco-sensitive zone, and some are prohibited under this eco-sensitive zone. Now, prohibited activities under this are mining. Mining activities are not allowed. Establishment of hydroelectric project is not allowed. Okay? Industries which are causing pollution are not allowed in this particular eco-sensitive zone. Activities which are permitted in this eco-sensitive zone is permitted, which is agricultural, horticultural practices, rainwater harvesting, organic farming, use of renewable energy sources, adoption of green technologies for all other activities. So these are the activities which are permitted under this eco-sensitive zone, and there are Other regulated activities like establishment of hotels and resort, felling of tree, etc., which is permitted in this eco-sensitive zone.
Union Cabinet has approved the establishment of third launch pad at which of the following places? Third launch pad will be set up in Satish Dhawan Shri Harikota, Satish Dhawan Space Center of ISRO at Shri Harikota. And Shri Harikota, currently it is located in Tirupati district of Andhra Pradesh. So, what is the difference between launch pad and launch site? So let's say this is launch site, which means this is Satish Dhawan Space Center. So this is one place only, right? Here we can have multiple launch pad number 1, launch pad number 2, and now we are setting up launch pad number 3, which means that we will be able to launch 3 rockets simultaneously, because from one launch pad we can launch 1 rocket at a time. So now we will be able to launch 3 rockets simultaneously, right? More the launch pad, the more will be our rocket launching capacity. This is site, but we are setting up one more site, right, where we will have launch pad also. Which is this site? So this is called Kulashekhara Pattinam, and this is a place in Tamil Nadu, right? So Union Cabinet has approved the third launch pad at Satish Dhawan Space Center of ISRO at Shri Harikota. So the third launch pad will be used for the next generation launch vehicle NGLV of ISRO, and it will also support be like a standby launch pad for the second launch pad also, right? Basically it will enhance our launch capacity for the future missions of ISRO. This project is of national importance. Now with the launch of the third launch pad, it will be capable of putting 30,000 ton spacecraft in the low Earth orbit, as against the existing capabilities of 8,000 ton, as India eyes a larger pie in the global space economy. So third launch pad will be able to launch very heavy rockets as much of weight as 30,000 ton. And the third launch pad is designed to have configuration that is universal and adaptable as possible, that can support not only next generation launch vehicle but also the very heavy LVM-3 vehicles with semi-cryogenic stage, as well as scaled up configurations of next generation launch vehicle. The third launch pad will be established within next 4 years, and the total funding will be approximately 3,985 crore rupees. Now the first launch pad, it was launched 30 years ago. It was established 30 years ago, first launch pad. It was set up 30 years ago, and it was mainly for PSLV. Okay. And currently PSLV and SSLV, small satellite launch vehicle, it provides launch support for those. The second launch pad, it was launched in 2005. It was operational in 2005. It is used mainly for GSLV and for Launch Vehicle Mark III, LVM-3, which is the heaviest rocket of ISRO. So these are the 2 launch pad. So let's look forward to the third one now. Recently, the government of India, they have shared the data insights from the latest Prabhav, powering a resilient and agile Bharat for the advancement of visionary startups fact sheet. So Prabhav fact sheet is launched by whom? Prabhav, the full form I have told you already. So Prabhav fact sheet is launched by DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. We recently celebrated on 16th of January the National Startup Day. So on this occasion, the Minister of Commerce Piyush Goyal launched the Bharat Startup Grand Challenge for entrepreneurs also, in collaboration with 20 big companies. And government also shared data from Prabhav fact book or fact sheet. Basically, this is the ultimate guide to India's thriving startup ecosystem. So this gives you a lot of data, like how many startups we have, how many jobs they have created, all this data they give. And government of India is, they recently launched Bharat Startup Grand Challenge. Bharat Startup Grand Challenge, and this is for entrepreneurs in collaboration with 20 big companies. Now, government is aiming to launch 75 similar challenges by 2026 anniversary of the Startup India initiative. This challenge will enable the startups to address the issues in sectors like renewable energy, agri-tech, all the future technologies. And the government, what is the data that Prabhav gave us? So basically, it talks about the growth of the startups in India from 2016 to 2024. India has approximately 1.59 lakh startups and they have created 17.28 lakh jobs, and 51% of the startups, they are based in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Let me show you the data. So you can see approximately 1.6 lakh startups certified by DPIIT, 17.28 lakh jobs they have created. 80 startups on an average are recognized every day. So India has 80 startups every day, 80 new startups every day. And it is always better that your startup is recognized by DPIIT so that you can get benefit, you can get benefit of various schemes. Now, what is a startup, by the way? According to the definition of DPIIT, your business should not be more than 10 years old and your revenue should be less than 100 crore. So the company must have been in operation for not more than 10 years from the date of incorporation, and the company's annual turnover must be less than 100 crore rupees in any of the previous financial year. Only then you are considered a startup. Now, which are the top states in India with the highest startup? You can see Maharashtra is number 1, 27,000 startups. So out of 1.6 lakh startups in India, 27,000 are from Maharashtra. Karnataka is second with 16,000. Delhi is third with 16,000. Karnataka has slightly more. UP is number 4 and Gujarat is at 5th position. Let me give you some more data from the Prabhav fact sheet. 48% of the total certificate issued for startup recognition have at least one woman director. 50% of the women-led startups are recognized from tier 2, tier 3 cities. And I mean, all this data is there, right? And on 16th of January 2025, India marked 9 years of Startup India scheme. Startup India scheme started in 2016. That is why 16th of Jan we celebrate as the National Startup Day. National Startup Day. We have been celebrating the National Startup Day since 2022. Now DPIIT, they also launched something which is called Bhaskar. So DPIIT, they launched the Bhaskar platform. What is Bhaskar? Bharat Startup Knowledge Access Registry, or Bhaskar. Bhaskar basically is to have more interactions within India's entrepreneurial ecosystem. So it connects startup founders, investors, mentors, service provider, government bodies on one platform. So the objective of Bhaskar is to foster innovation, collaboration and growth. So Bhaskar platform was launched recently. Ministry of Defense, they have launched Bharat Ranbhoomi Darshan. It's a website to provide a one-stop solution for information and clearances for visits to the forward area battlefield. This website is developed in partnership with whom? So this website is developed in partnership with the Ministry of Tourism. Ministry of Tourism. Now, if you want to see the battlefield areas, you need permission. You can take the clearance for visits on this website and you can get all the information here. So for example, the Ministry of Defense, they recently allowed the civilians to visit Kibithu, which is in Anjao district of Arunachal, Kibithu, and Bamla, which is in Tawang, Bamla Pass in Arunachal, and Rezangla and Pangongso in Ladakh. So these places, they have these battlefields, right? Then Chola in Sikkim, in 1967, where the Chinese lost some 400 men in the clash. There are 75 other places also which are a part of this initiative. So you can try to visit Siachen Base Camp. You can visit Kargil, Longewala in Jaisalmer, Nathula, Bamla. I mean, so this is Bharat Ranbhoomi Darshan. There is a website and you can also have a virtual tour, historical narratives you can see. There is a lot of interactive content. You can also get to know the history of different battles of India, the stories of courage, valor of the armed forces. As per recently released Global Cybersecurity Outlook report, nearly 60% of the organizations state that geopolitical tensions have affected their cybersecurity strategy. This report is released by the World Economic Forum in collaboration with which organization? Because of the geopolitical tension, the cybersecurity strategy also changes significantly, right? So the answer is Accenture. Accenture and World Economic Forum, they have given this report. And Accenture is a company that is based in Dublin, the capital of Ireland. And this report examines the cybersecurity trends. So what does this report say? Well, the companies were asked, how confident are you that the country in which your organization is based is well prepared to respond to major cyber incidents targeting critical infrastructure? So you can see the people who are very confident, they are a minuscule. They are very less, right? For example, in Asia, only 9% people think that they trust their cyber security. Then this is 31% say they are confident, 40% are neutral, and 20% are not confident. So like that, different region, they say different things, right? But nearly 60% of organizations state that geopolitical tension have affected their cyber security strategy. And you can see geopolitical tensions are a big risk. Cybercrime sophistication. 72% of the respondents say cyber risk have increased in the past year. Supply chain interdependencies are getting affected. Regulatory requirements is a big concern. Cyber skills gap is a big concern. And AI and emerging technology is also a big concern. Now, ransomware attacks are the most common out of all. It was asked to Chief Information Security Officer and CEO. What do they think? They both said that ransomware attacks are the most concerning. Recently, Fast Track Immigration Trusted Traveler program was inaugurated at 7 airports. Now, Ministry of Civil Aviation has collaborated with whom to develop its roadmap? So it is the Bureau of Immigration, and Bureau of Immigration works under which ministry? Bureau of Immigration works under the Ministry of Home Affairs. Okay, so it is the Home Ministry that has collaborated with the Ministry of Civil Aviation for the same, a very, very important question, right? So what is this Fast Track Immigration Trusted Traveler program? So usually it took a lot of time. When you arrived in India from foreign countries, the immigration took a lot of time. You had to stand for 2-3 hours. But there will be a pre-check that will be done so that you don't lose time. You don't have to wait. So Fast Track Immigration Trusted Traveler program, it was started. It's a very visionary initiative of the government, and it is to fast track or speed up the immigration process. So the immigration process for Indians is pre-verified. Indians are pre-verified, right? And this is for pre-verified Indian national and overseas citizen of India card holder. The entire process is fast track. Now this program was initially launched at the Delhi airport in 2024. So the purpose is to facilitate international mobility with faster, smoother and secure immigration clearance. If you want to enroll in this program, you have to register online with your detail, and you will be pre-verified. You also have to ensure that your passport is valid for at least 6 months. Then you will need to provide your biometrics, right? And then this FTI, Fast Track Immigration registration will be there, which will be valid for 5 years or until the validity of your passport, whichever comes first. Now it will be implemented at 21 major airports of India. Now in the first phase, in addition to Delhi, this facility is introduced at 7 major airports. 7 major airport, but overall the target is 21. So now it has been inaugurated at 7 more airport: Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Cochin and Ahmedabad. So far it has been launched at 8 airport, Delhi plus 7. But eventual target is to launch it at 21 airports. 21 airport. And Bureau of Immigration, it works under the Ministry of Home Affairs. So this program, and by the way, this facility is available free of cost. Free of cost. So the eligible passengers, they will be allowed to utilize the e-gates. and they will bypass regular immigration queues for a seamless journey. This is based on biometrics, right? Now, after you are verified, there you will be added to a white list. So there is a white list of trusted travelers that will be generated. And Bureau of Immigration was set up in 1971 under the Ministry of Home Affairs. Now the airport security is given by CISF, Central Industrial Security Force, and they have created 2 new battalions, right? So earlier they had 13 battalion, now 2 more, so now they have total 15 battalion. Also in November 2024, they created the first ever CISF all-women battalion. Also don't forget, we have one more force called CRPF, and it has created a website where you can adopt the dogs, the security dogs used by CRPF, also known as K9 dogs. K9 dogs. India's first archaeological experiential museum has been inaugurated at which place? Archaeological Experiential Museum, the first one in India. So it has been set up recently, and it has been set up in Vadnagar in Gujarat. Vadnagar in Gujarat. Vadnagar is the place from where PM Modi is there, right? So Archaeological Experiential Museum. In Hindi we call it Puratatva Anubhav Sangrahalaya. Puratatva means archaeological, Anubhav means experience, Sangrahalaya means museum. Puratatva Anubhav Sangrahalaya. There is also a sports complex and Prerna complex. They all were set up here. Now Vadnagar is a place which is in Mehsana district of Gujarat. Mehsana district of Gujarat. So let me tell you more about it. It is spread over an area of 12,500 square meter and total cost is 298 crore. So this archaeological experiential museum will showcase the rich cultural history of more than 2,500 years of Vadnagar. It will showcase Vadnagar's rich cultural history of over 2,500 years. This is the first museum of its kind developed in India, where visitors will get an immersive experience of an archaeological site. It is developed by the Union Ministry of Culture in collaboration with the State Directorate of Archaeology and Museum, and by the way, Archaeological Survey of India also works under the Ministry of Culture. This museum will display more than 5,000 artifacts, including a range of items like old coins, ornament, weapon, tools, sculptures, books, all the skeletal remains and all those. It will have 9 thematic galleries also. It will also give you a walkway to excavation site. You can get a hands-on experience of what an excavation site looks like. And there is a Prerna complex or Prerna Shankul which has also been inaugurated. It's a 72 crore project that revamps the historic primary school where Prime Minister Modi he studied. So the revamped school is designed to combine heritage with modern education, offering value-based education through advanced technology. This initiative aims to inspire students from all over the country with 36 study tours comprising 720 students and 360 teachers having already visited the school. And then Home Minister also inaugurated a sports complex in Vadnagar. A sports complex which will have high quality sports infrastructure. As per recent announcement, India and which of the following countries they will commemorate 2026 as a dual year focusing on culture, tourism and advancements in artificial intelligence. 2026 dual year, it is between India and Spain. India and Spain. So what all the things are we targeting? Cultural exchange, tourism promotion and artificial intelligence collaboration. These are the things. Also don't forget that the Prime Minister of Spain, Pedro Sanchez, he visited India recently and he inaugurated along with PM Modi the Tata Aircraft Complex in Vadodara in Gujarat, where C-295 aircraft will be manufactured. C-295 is a aircraft by Airbus, right? So 2026 is India-Spain Year of Culture, Tourism and AI. Also, Spain has invited India to join International Drought Resilience Alliance. This alliance was launched in 2022 by Spain and Senegal. There were 2 countries that launched it. And we have also signed an agreement with Spain in rail transport, custom matters, cultural exchange and audio-visual co-production. So International Drought Resilience Alliance was launched by Spain and Senegal at COP27. At COP27. Now, International Drought Resilience Alliance, where is the secretariat? The secretariat of this is hosted by the Secretariat of UNCCD in Bonn. So in the same building that we have the headquarters of UNCCD in Bonn, we have the secretariat of IDRA. India has successfully tested Bhargavastra, its first micro-missile system designed to counter the swarm drones. Bhargavastra is developed by which company? A very important question. Economic Explosives Limited. Economic Explosives Limited is a company that is based in Nagpur, and it is a subsidiary of Solar Industries, which is again based in Nagpur. So this is India's first micro missile system. What are swarm drones? Swarm drones are a group of drones, okay, which are synchronized. So Bhargavastra can basically take on the group of drones. It can quickly be deployed on a mobile platform and hit target of more than 2.5 kilometer. It is capable of detecting even very small drones at over 6 kilometer, and it can take them down using micro munitions that can be guided towards the threat. And it can fire more than 64 micro missiles in one go or simultaneously, right? It is also integrated with C4I or Command Control Communication Computer and Intelligence Technology, C4I technology. And the radar can detect very small drones also beyond 5 to 6 kilometer range. And it is capable of identifying the target as small as 0.01 meter square. So it can engage 64 targets with 64 micro missiles in one go. And what is swarm? Swarm means smart war fighting array of reconfigured module. It is basically a group of drones, and up to thousands of drones can be synchronized together to create swarm operations. Now this company, Economic Explosives Limited, was also in news because it has created something called Nagastra. Nagastra. Nagastra is also made by the same company. And recently, and don't get confused between Nagastra and Nag Mark II. Both are different. Nag Mark II is an anti-tank missile which is launched from a mobile platform called Namika. This has been created by DRDO. It is an anti-tank missile, right? Nag Mark II has a range of around 7 to 10 kilometer. 7 to 10 kilometer. And Nag has many variants. It is called Helena, which is launched from helicopter. It has a modern variant called Dhruvastra. It is also sometimes called Prospina. All of these are. It is also available in a man-launched version, which is called man-launched portable missile. Man-portable version, right? So all of these are versions of Nag. And don't get confused between Nag and Nagastra. Nagastra is made by Economic Explosives Limited. And Nagastra is a kamikaze drone or self-destructing drone. It is a kamikaze drone. Or you can also call it loiter munition. Whereas Nag Mark II is an anti-tank missile. Which organization has launched One Plate, One Bag campaign at Mahakumbh to make the world's largest religious congregation plastic free? Plastic free. Who has launched it? It is RSS, Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. Basically, they are encouraging the use of cloth bags and steel plates and glasses instead of plastic to make the Kumbh a success when it comes to waste management. RSS is headquartered in Nagpur. It was founded in 1925. Also, the UP government, in collaboration with the Ministry of Culture, they have launched Kalagram that will showcase the culture of India at the Mahakumbh in Prayagraj. Which of the following state government has launched She Cohort 3, Startups Handholding and Empowerment Cohort 3 to nurture those startups which are led by women? The answer is Punjab. The answer is Punjab. She Cohort 3 was launched at Mohali, and it is a main initiative of the Punjab State Council for Science and Technology, which is based in Chandigarh. They want to empower female startups, and also they want to encourage the female to build and scale technology-based startups. So a very important development by the government of Punjab. In Punjab, there is also a scheme that is running called Ayushman Bharat Mukhyamantri Sehat Bima Yojana. Mukhyamantri Sehat Bima Yojana is a scheme, healthcare scheme by the government of Punjab. Singapore has awarded whom as Honorary Citizen Award for his outstanding contribution to Singapore and Singapore-India relation. Who has been given this award to improve the relation between India and Singapore? It is Tarun Das. Tarun Das is the former Director General of CII, Confederation of Indian Industry. He is only the second Indian after Ratan Tata to win this prestigious award. An Honorary Citizen Award was started in Singapore in 2003 by the Singapore government to acknowledge the contribution of people who are not from Singapore, and it is the highest national award given to a non-Singaporean. Who among the following has been appointed as the Ombudsman of the BCCI? So it is former Supreme Court Judge Arun Mishra. Justice Arun Mishra. He will also function as the BCCI Ethics Officer. And BCCI is headquartered in Mumbai, right? Which of the following countries has successfully launched the Shijian-25 satellite into the geostationary transfer orbit? And they use which rocket? Long March 3B rocket. So this is China. Long March is a very reliable rocket of China. So they launched it from where? They launched it from Xichang Satellite Launch Center, which is in southwest China. Now this is the first launch of China in 2025. So it was launched from Long March rocket. Now China is planning some other missions also. By the way, what is the name of the space station of China? It is called Tianzhong. This is a very important MCQ. Tianzhong is the space station of China. Even India is planning its space station called Bharatiya Antariksh Station that will be docked in the space by 2035. Now China was also in news because China has made the world's first 300 megawatt capacity compressed air energy storage. You know, it is called Nangchu 1. Nangchu 1 is the name, and it was recently put in the Hubei. There is a province of China called Hubei. It will save a lot of coal. It will use compressed air technology. Nangchu 1. And China is also building the world's largest airport on a man-made island. The island is called Dalian, and name of the airport will be Dalian Zhenzhouwan International Airport. This will be completed by 2035. And also China has developed an exploration ship called Tansuo 3. Tansuo 3, it will go deep into the ocean, and it also has the ability to break the ice. So it is for the deep sea exploration. A very similar ship India has also made, which is called Matsya 6000. This is for deep sea exploration, right? Under the Samudrayan mission run by the Ministry of Earth Sciences. And Tansuo 3 is Chinese. So Tansuo is very important from exam point of view. Annual India FinTech report has come. Now who has given the report? It's a company called Traction. Annual India FinTech report says that the funding in the fintech sector in India is declining. So India received approximately $1.9 billion funding in 2023. Now we are at what position in the world? So we are third in the world. It means what? It means that we have received the third highest funding globally in the fintech segment, despite the decline. Now you can see here the funding in the fintech in India is reducing. Now during the COVID, it shot to almost $8.3 billion, and you can see again it was good. But when the COVID subsided and the fintech doesn't seem to be as attractive to the investors as earlier, now the funding reduced from 2.8 billion to just 1.9 billion. So this is a decline of approximately 33%. Approximately 33%. But despite that, we are third largest. We received the third highest funding in the fintech financial technology segment. Number 1 was America and number 2 was UK. So these are the countries that received more funding than India. Now, which are the top 3 Indian cities which received the maximum fintech funding? Number 1 was Bangalore, number 2 Mumbai, and number 3 was Delhi. Here you can see Bangalore was number 1 in total funding. These are the top 3: Bangalore, Mumbai, and Delhi. And I mean, this is peripheral report, not very important. This basically tells you like which company received the highest funding and all that. As per the recently released 20th Global Risk Report, the top 5 risks for India include water supply shortages, misinformation and disinformation, erosion of human rights and civic freedom, pollution, and labor and talent shortage. So these are the 5 risks for India, right? Now, which organization has given this report? It is the World Economic Forum. The answer is option C. So this report says Global Risk Report given by the World Economic Forum. It says that the top 5 risks for India are water supply shortages, misinformation and disinformation, erosion of human rights and civic freedom, pollution, and labor and talent shortage, right? But what about globally? What about globally? So look, global risk we divide into 3 parts: immediate, which means in 2025, short term, which means next 2 year, and long term, which means next 10 year. So let me show you with the help of a graph. So which is the immediate risk in the world in 2025? Immediate, very quick risk. It is the war, state-based armed conflict. This is the immediate risk in 2025. What about the short-term risk, which means in the next 2 years, which is the number 1 risk globally? Misinformation and disinformation, the fake news and all these things. So in the short term, it is a huge risk. Now it is ranked number 1. What about the long term, which is the biggest risk in the world in long term? That means over a 10-year period of time. It is the extreme weather events, climate change, extreme weather events. So I hope you will not get confused between immediate risk, short-term risk, and long-term risk. And do remember some risks which are there in India, which I already told you. Prime Minister Modi ji has inaugurated the Bharat Mobility Global Expo, also known as Auto Expo, but its scope was increased, and Auto Expo we now call Bharat Mobility Global Expo. At which location? So it is taking place in Delhi. The answer is New Delhi, and it is taking place in 3 places in Delhi. So it is taking place in Bharat Mandapam, it is taking place in Yashobhumi, which is in Dwarka. It is also taking place in the India Expo Center, which is in Greater Noida. So this expo took place from 17 to 22nd of January at 3 places. Okay, and what was the theme? So mostly it is New Delhi only. I mean Greater Noida, we call it, it is a part of Delhi NCR. So what was the theme of Bharat Mobility Global Expo? Beyond Boundaries, co-creating future automotive value chain. This was the theme. Now who organized it? Well, it is a Government of India and industry-led initiative, right? So it is coordinated by Engineering Export Promotion Council, EEPC, with the support of so many organizations. I have written at least 20 organizations here. But from the government side, main organization was Engineering Export Promotion Council, EEPC. What is EEPC? EEPC is a trade and investment promotion organization which is supported by or sponsored by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. It was set up in 1955. It is headquartered in Kolkata. It is headquartered in Kolkata, and these are the 3 places where it is taking place: Bharat Mandapam, New Delhi; Yashobhumi, Dwarka, New Delhi; and India Expo Center in Greater Noida. NATO. NATO has announced the development of a new mission in the Baltic Sea, which aims to increase the surveillance of the ships. So what is the name of this mission? So there will be a lot of surveillance that will be done. Lot of surveillance that will be done in the Baltic Sea area by NATO. And what is the name? The name is Baltic Sentry. The name is Baltic Sentry. So lot of frigates, corvettes, maritime aircrafts, lot of destroyer ships, drones, they will be deployed by NATO. And who is the NATO Secretary General? Mark Rutte. Now Mark Rutte is the former Prime Minister of Netherlands. He is currently the head of NATO. And there was a summit that was held recently in Helsinki, which was attended by all NATO countries, and especially the Baltic countries, which are a member of NATO, like Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Denmark, Germany, Poland, Sweden. All of these countries, they have a border with the Baltic Sea. So security is very important in this area, because Russia has been threatening some of these countries. For example, recently there was a damage to a Finland ship called Eagle S. Eagle S is a ship of Finland which was destroyed by Russia. So these countries are worried, and that is why they want more surveillance in the Baltic Sea area. Also, if you remember, there was a damage done to the optic fiber cable, the undersea cables, so that is also an area of worry. Now, NATO's headquarters is in Brussels, the capital of Belgium. And Baltic Sea is an extension of the Atlantic Ocean, as you must be knowing very well. So, do remember that as well. Which of the following state chief minister has recently transferred 14-15 crore to more than 56 lakh women under Maiya Samman Yojana? Maiya Samman Yojana, the answer is Jharkhand. Jharkhand recently, Hemant Soren became the chief minister once again. And earlier in this scheme, only 1000 rupees was given per month to the woman, but he had promised that if he wins the election, the amount will be increased to 2500 rupees, and he has fulfilled his promise. Maiya Samman Yojana, so more than 50 lakh women in Jharkhand will get 2500 rupees per month directly into their bank account. These women who are between the age of 21 to 50. And his party collaborated with Congress and RJD and others, and they won 56 seats out of 81 in Jharkhand. Very, very important. Earlier, this scheme was called Jharkhand Behan Beti Swavlamban Protsahan Yojana, but now it is simply called Maiya Samman Yojana. Maiya Samman Yojana. The beneficiary's annual income should be less than 8 lakh rupees. 8 lakh rupees. Is that clear? Now, recently, in the election, BJP announced a scheme called Gogo Didi Yojana that promised 2100 rupees per month. So Hemant Soren had to outdo them, and he had to increase the amount. Increase, because these schemes, as we have seen in Madhya Pradesh and other state, these can be game changer in the elections. IndiChip Semiconductor, it is a company, IndiChip Semiconductor, in partnership with Japan's company Yetoa Microtechnology, they have signed an agreement with which of the state government to establish India's first private semiconductor manufacturing facility. India's first private semiconductor manufacturing facility. The answer is Andhra Pradesh. The answer is Andhra Pradesh. Is that clear? And this is a project worth 14,000 crore. 14,000 crore. Now, where it will be set up? It will be set up in Orvakal Mega Industrial Hub, which is in Kurnool in Andhra. And they will manufacture silicon carbide chips, SiC, silicon carbide chips. This plant will have a capacity of 10,000 wafers, silicon carbide wafers per month, but gradually it will be increased to 50,000 wafers per month within a span of just 2 to 3 years. Within a span of just 2 to 3 years. And by the way, in Andhra, a very important thing, Bharat Petroleum, BPCL, they are setting up a refinery. They are setting up their refinery and petrochemical complex, BPCL refinery. This will be set up at a cost of 6,100 crore rupees. And this refinery, it can filter it will have a capacity of 9 million ton per day. 9 million ton of crude oil will be refined. Now look, BPCL, Bharat Petroleum, is a Maharatan company, and it has other refineries also. Like it has a Kochi refinery, it has a refinery in Bina in Madhya Pradesh, all of this. So BPCL will set up their brand new refinery in Andhra, right? So it will be set up in Andhra. Now, what is the exact place where this refinery will be set up? Well, Nellore district, and exact place is called Ramayapatnam Port. Ramayapatnam Port is the place where this refinery will be set up. It is in Nellore in Andhra. Nellore in Andhra, right? Which of the following country has developed the world's most powerful hydrogen train engine, which has a capacity of 1200 horsepower, a massive 1200 horsepower? The answer is India. World's most powerful hydrogen train engine. It will undergo its first trial run on the Jind-Sonipat route. From Jind and Sonipat, these are two districts in Haryana. So from Jind to Sonipat route, it will be tested. World's most powerful train engine. And capacity is a massive 1200 horsepower. Look, only 4 countries in the world, they have hydrogen powered engine, like Germany, France, Sweden and China. And even they have maximum 600 horsepower. But here power output will be 1200 horsepower. So completely indigenous technology, right? And who is developing it? So this has been made by RDSO. which is based in Lucknow. It is a railways organization, RDSO. What is the full form of RDSO? Research, Design and Standard Organization. It is a organization based in Lucknow, works under the Ministry of Railway. And these train, who has manufactured the train coaches? Who has manufactured the train? It is Integral Coach Factory in Chennai. Integral Coach Factory in Chennai. Mahakumbh will witness the installation of 52 feet long and 52 feet wide Mahamrityunjay Yantra. The 3D Yantra has been designed at which place? Recently, you must have heard about the Kalagram also. So the answer is Siddha Mahamrityunjay International Yoga and Astrology Research Center. Right? This has been set up by this particular religious institution, spiritual institution. Where is it located? Well, it is located in Hisar district of Haryana. Hisar district of Haryana, in a village called Mayer, Mayyer, Mayer village, which is in Hisar district of Haryana. And the president of this institution is Swami Sahajanand Saraswati. This yantra, there will be 151 priests and they will do the recitation of the mantra, Mahamrityunjay mantra, 8 lakh times. 8 lakh times, right? So it has been set up in Sangam Vihar, in Prayagraj, in UP, right? Mahakumbh is taking place this time at the confluence of Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati river in Prayagraj, formerly known as Allahabad. Mahakumbh, right? And Kalagram has been set up by which ministry? Ministry of Culture. Kalagram will showcase the art and culture of India. Art and culture of India.
How much corpus fund has been allocated under payment security mechanism to reduce investment risk in RESCO-based grid-connected rooftop models, that is Renewable Energy Service Company, under Pradhan Mantri Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana by Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. So the question says that under this scheme, yani under Prime Minister Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana, there are two models, RESCO model and ULA model. We are going to discuss these two models in detail in few minutes. RESCO model and ULA model. So under the ULA model, government want to reduce the risk of the implementing companies of the RESCO model. Okay? So a corpus fund has been created for these companies. You have to tell me that what is the amount of this corpus fund. So the amount of this corpus fund is rupees 100 crore. Okay, now let us discuss about this scheme, that is Prime Minister Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana in brief. Since we have covered this scheme in detail earlier, we are going to discuss this scheme today in brief. Okay, now this scheme was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2024. The main aim of this scheme was to provide 300 units of electricity every month, and the households will be 1 crore. Target to provide 300 units to household is 1 crore. Okay? So 1 crore households will receive the free electricity under this scheme. Okay. Now under this scheme, central financial assistance will also be provided for 1 kilowatt system. If any consumer wants to install a system of 1 kilowatt of solar panel, okay, there will be a subsidy of rupees 30,000 will be provided. Next, for 2 kilowatts, rupees 60,000 will be provided to the consumers, and for systems of 3 kilowatt or higher capacity, a amount of rupees 78,000 will be provided under this scheme. Clear? Now, what is RESCO model and what is this ULA model? Okay. Now, RESCO model stands for Renewable Energy Service Company. Now, under this model, third party entities like companies who are working in providing renewable energy. Now, these will be called the third party entities. They will invest in rooftop solar installation. Okay. For example, any consumer don't have the fund for the initial investment to install the rooftop solar system. Now, these companies will install the solar system on their rooftop. But since these companies are providing the fund for those solar plants, the ownership will not be transferred to consumer for these plants for at least 5 years. After 5 years, this ownership can be transferred to the consumers depending upon the contract which has been signed between the third party and the consumers. Okay. Now, second model is ULA model, that is utility led aggregation model. In this, DISCOMs, that is power distribution companies of government and state designated agencies, will install these solar panels on the consumer rooftop, okay, on behalf of individual households who don't have the capacity or the funding for these solar panels. Okay. Now, these companies, these DISCOMs or state designated entities will operate these solar panels for 5 years, for which consumer has to pay some amount, pay electricity bills. Okay. Now, these DISCOMs will transfer the ownership of these solar panels or these solar plants to consumer after the 5 years. Okay. So these are the two models under this Pradhan Mantri Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana scheme. Yani RESCO model and ULA models are the two models under this scheme. The question was asked on this RESCO model that what funding has been provided, what corpus fund has been created under the RESCO model to reduce the investment risk of these RESCO companies. Okay. So the funding provided, the corpus fund is of rupees 100 crore. Okay. Clear? Chalo. Recently, Department of Telecommunication has introduced a mobile app to streamline the reporting of suspected fraudulent communication. So a mobile application has been launched by Department of Telecommunication, and the purpose of this application would be to report the cyber fraud communication that is happening on their mobile, etc. Okay. Now, the name of this mobile application is Sanchar Sathi. Now, this earlier a portal named Sanchar Sathi was launched in 2023, and the target of this portal is to report or combat the cyber fraud. Okay. Now, an application is also launched for to report the cyber fraud. Now, let us discuss about the features of this application. So, the first feature is Chakshu. Okay. Now, under this feature, under the Chakshu feature, user will receive the suspected calls or SMS. They can report these calls or SMS using this feature of this application, that is Sanchar Sathi application. Second feature is no mobile connection in your name. So citizen, with this feature, citizen can identify and manage all the mobile connection issued in their name. For example, using your ID such as Aadhaar card or driving license or etc., any ID, if any another mobile connection is active, you will get to know about that mobile connection using this feature of Sanchar Sathi app, that is no mobile connection in your name, and you can identify that and also manage those connection using this feature. Next feature of this application is blocking your lost or stolen mobile handset. So if your mobile handset is lost or stolen, you can block that handset or mobile phone using this feature. Next is know mobile handset genuineness. So for example, you are purchasing a second hand handset, mobile handset, and you want to know that is this mobile phone is genuine, then you can know that using this feature. Clear? Now, during the event, Union Minister of Communication, that is Mr. Jyotiraditya Scindia, has also launched a mission, that is National Broadband Mission 2.0. So the second phase of National Broadband Mission is also launched during the event. First phase of National Broadband Mission was launched in 2019. Okay. Now under the first phase, target was to provide broadband access to all villages by 2022, but later on this first phase was extended till 2024. Now, second phase of National Broadband Mission is also launched, and the main objective of this mission is to connect remaining 1.7 lakh villages across the country. Important goal under this mission is to ensure that at least 60 households, rural households, of every 100 rural household receive the broadband connectivity. Next important aim is to minimum fixed broadband download speed. The download speed provided will be target is to provide download speed of 100 Mbps. Okay, so these are the three main objectives under this mission. Other important objectives under this mission are to extend the optical fiber cable connectivity to 2.7 lakh villages by 2020. So by 2020, government is targeting to extend the operational optical fiber connectivity to 2.7 lakh villages. Okay? Currently it is 50,000. Okay. Now, next important target is to provide broadband connectivity to 90% of anchor institutions like schools, public health centers, Anganwadi center, panchayat offices by 2030. So government is targeting to provide the internet connectivity to the base of India. Clear? Okay. Now, this target we have already discussed, that minimum 100 Mbps speed is government targeting to provide by 2030. Okay. Now, next important target is to power 30% of mobile towers with sustainable energy by 2030. So the mobile towers currently are working either on diesel or on electricity produced by the coal. Now government is targeting to provide these mobile towers. At least 30% of mobile towers will be powered through the sustainable energy like renewable energy, solar energy, wind energy, etc. etc. Okay. Chalo. So these are the very important objectives under this particular national broadband mission. Next. Recently, Union Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has launched a toolkit for 9th edition of Swachh Sarvekshan, the world's largest urban cleanliness survey. So Swachh Sarvekshan is world's largest urban cleanliness survey. It was launched in 2016 and recently toolkit of 9th edition of Swachh Sarvekshan has been launched. Clear? Now in 2016, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has launched this survey. Clear? So this survey was launched to drive urban sanitation improvement through citizen participation and third-party validation. Now you have to tell me that for the year 2024, a special category has been launched, creating a separate league of cities that are excelling in cleanliness. You have to tell me what is the name of this special category which has been launched. Now let us discuss about this edition in detail. Now first, this edition has categorized the urban local bodies for ranking into 5 types. First is very small cities. Cities which has population less than 20,000 will be categorized under very small cities. Cities with population 20,000 to 50,000 will be categorized under small cities. 50,000 to 3 lakh population will be categorized under medium cities. 3 lakh to 10 lakh will be big cities, and population having more than 10 lakh, cities having population more than 10 lakh will be categorized into million plus cities. Okay. Now, what is new in 9th edition of this Swachh Sarvekshan? Now, indicators are simplified into 10 sections. I'm going to tell you these 10 sections too. A new league, that is Super Swachh League, has been launched. Okay, important initiative which is new this time is an introduction of school level assessment. So assessment will be done at school level too, and for providing inaccurate data or claim, a penalty is also introduced. Clear? These are the new things which has been introduced in 9th edition of this survey. Clear? Now, what is Super Swachh League? Super Swachh League is a special category which is introduced in 2024 or 9th survey. Clear? Now, the cities who have been in top 3 in at least 2 years in last 3 years. For example, for 2024, target is to see the Super Swachh League for 2024. Last 3 years is 2021 to 2023. Now, in these 3 years, any city has to be in top 3 for at least 2 years. Okay, for 2021-22 or 2022 and 23. For these 2 years, a city has to be in top 3 to make their place, to have cut under this league. Clear? Now, this year, there are 12 cities in Super Swachh League. I'm going to tell you these 12 cities. Third, top 3 ranking cities in each population category will move into league for the subsequent year. So for the subsequent years, those top 3 ranking cities in each population category will be moved into this league. Clear? Now, what are these cities which are under the Super Swachh League? this year. First one is Panchgani and Patan, 4 very small cities. Now Panchgani is in Satara district of Maharashtra. Satara district of Maharashtra. Patan is in Durg district of Chhattisgarh. Vita and Saswad are under small cities. ठीक है, small cities categories. Vita is in Sangli district of Maharashtra. Saswad is under the Pune district. Clear है? Now under the medium cities categories, Ambikapur is there, which is in Surguja district of Chhattisgarh. Tirupati is in Andhra Pradesh. New Delhi Municipal Council. Under the big cities categories, there are 2 cities, that is Noida and Chandigarh. Under the million plus cities, there are 3 cities, that is Navi Mumbai, Indore and Surat. Okay, so these are the cities which are in Super Swachh League this year. Clear? Now, those 10 sections which we are discussing here are visible cleanliness, segregation, collection and transportation of waste, solid waste management, access to sanitation, use water management, mechanization of desludging services, advocacy for Swachhata, strengthening of ecosystem and institutional parameters, overall welfare of sanitation workers, citizen feedback and grievance redressal. So these are the 10 buckets under which assessment parameters are simplified. Clear? चलिए. According to World Employment and Social Outlook Trends Report, around 402.4 million jobs were missing in 2024, an increase of 2.3 million from previous year. Okay, now you have to tell me that which organization has released this report. This report is released by International Labour Organization. Now in 2024, the job which were missing was 402.4 million. Earlier it was 400.1 million. Now out of 402.4 million, 186 million persons were unemployed. 137 million were part of potential labor force. ठीक है? And 79 million were willing non-seekers. Willing non-seekers means those people who can be employed, who are enough qualified to be employed, but they are not seeking any kind of employment. Clear? Next important part of this, next important information of this report is in 2024, global employment grew in line with labor force, keeping the unemployment rate steady. Now, unemployment rate in 2024 was 5%, and youth unemployment, which shows a little improvement, remained high at 12.6%. So youth unemployment was 12.6%. Unemployment rate was at 5% in 2024. Clear? Now, next important point is economic growth stood at 3.2% in 2024. It was 3.3% in 2023 and 3.6% in 2020. Clear? This is all important points about this report. Nothing more required about this report. Next. Recently, China has successfully launched the first indigenous electro-optical satellite PRSC EO1 of which of the following countries from its Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center. So China has launched a satellite and the name of satellite is PRSC EO1. It is an electro-optical satellite. What is electro-optical satellite? Electro-optical satellites are those satellites which convert light into electronic signals. Now there are some kind of sensors which are put up in these satellites. These sensors are known as electro-optical sensors. That's why this satellite is known as electro-optical satellite. Now these sensors, what these sensors do? They convert light into electronic signal. Now you have to tell me this satellite, that is PRSC EO1, is associated with which country? Now this is associated with Pakistan. Okay? So Pakistan is the owner of this electro-optical satellite and it is created indigenously by Pakistan. Okay? Now this Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center is located in Gansu province of China. Now what is this satellite all about? This satellite is an Earth observation satellite. This satellite is an Earth observation satellite. Other thing this satellite will do is it will manage the natural resources by observing the Earth. This satellite is launched to manage the natural resources. It is launched to respond to disasters, for example floods. Next, this will help in improving the urban planning of Pakistan. Okay, so these are the benefits, these are the uses of this satellite. Okay, now with this PRSC human satellite, two other satellites were also launched. First is DAO-1, DAO-1. It is also known as Tianlu satellite, and this satellite is built by Galaxy Space, which is located in Beijing. Next satellite is Blue Carbon 1 satellite. It is also known as Lantern 1 satellite, and it is developed by G Space company. It is located in Shanghai, China. Clear? Now, talking about Tianlu satellite, it is it is designed and built by Galaxy Space company, which is located in Beijing, and it is carrying some advanced scientific equipment which will measure temperature, density, composition of middle and upper atmosphere, and it will feature the high resolution images also. Clear? This is all about this Tianlu satellite. Clear? Recently, iconic Musi River historic buildings has been put on 2025 World Monument Watch List, which is launched by World Monuments Fund. You have to tell me the Musi River historic buildings are located in which of the following places. So this is located in Hyderabad. Now, what is this 2025 World Monument Watch? So this is a list which is given by World Monument Fund. Now, World Monument Fund is a non-profit organization which is located in New York. It is a non-profit organization which releases this World Monument Watch List. Okay. Now, this list was launched in 1996, and every 2 years, this organization release this list. Clear? Now, this list is released to call the international attention to cultural heritage sites which are facing the major challenges of climate change, tourism, conflict, or natural disaster. Now, these sites are nominated by individuals and community-based organizations. So, who nominate these sites? These are individuals and community-based organizations. And after that, a list is released. Now, in 2025, a list of 25 sites has been released, in which 2 are from India, and one important site is Moon. Now, those 2 Indian sites are Bhuj Historic Water System, which is located in the Kutch district of Gujarat. Clear? Now, Musi River Historic Building is located in Hyderabad. These buildings are landmarks such as High Court, State Central Library, Osmania General Hospital, City College, and former British Residency. Okay? Now, an important is Moon. Okay? Important site under this list is Moon. Okay? Now, Moon, for the first time, Moon is included in this watch list to reflect the urgent need to recognize and preserve the artifacts that testify the humanity first steps beyond Earth. Clear? So for the first time, Moon is also included in this list. Clear? Recently, indigenously designed and built guided missile destroyer, that is INS Mumbai, has arrived in Jakarta, Indonesia, to participate in 4th edition of exercise La Perouse. You have to tell me that this edition is being headed by which of the following countries. So the country which is heading this exercise La Perouse 4th edition is France, including 8 other countries. Other 8 countries are India, US, Canada, Malaysia, Indonesia, Australia, United Kingdom, and Singapore. So these countries are also participating in this exercise. Okay? Now this exercise La Perouse exercise was launched in, it was initiated in 2019 by France. And why this exercise is being conducted? To increase cooperation in maritime surveillance. Okay? Chaliye. Which of the following countries has become the 9th partner country of BRICS? So the ninth partner country of BRICS is Nigeria. Now, what are the benefits of partner country? So partner countries of BRICS can participate in high-level events and also contributes to the policy statements. Also many things it can do, but these are the major things these partner countries can do. Clear? Now the other 8 partner countries are Belarus, Bolivia, Cuba, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Thailand, Uganda, and Uzbekistan. So these are the other 8 partner countries of BRICS. Now BRICS stand for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. South Africa has joined BRICS in 2010. Earlier it was known as BRIC. After joining of South Africa, it was known as BRICS. So the first summit of BRICS was held in Russia, Yekaterinburg in 2009, and the term BRIC was given by Jim O'Neill. Recently, Indonesia has become the full member of BRIC. Other members of BRIC are Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, UAE. Okay, Saudi Arabia has signed this document to join the BRICS grouping, but currently it is in the talking phase. Clear? Next. Recently, Union Minister of State for Science and Technology, Dr. Jitendra Singh, has inaugurated India's first of its kind CSIR Mega Innovation Complex at which of the following places. So this innovation complex was inaugurated in Mumbai. Clear? Now, this innovation complex is a state-of-art setup spread over 9 floors. It is equipped with 24 ready-to-move incubation labs. Now, this facility will provide high-end scientific infrastructure, expertise, and regulatory support to stakeholders. Now, what is business incubation? What is this incubation labs? So these are kind of labs which help entrepreneurs or startups to develop their business. They provide some kind of office space, some kind of mentorship or funding to the startups which are looking for their business incubation. Okay, so 24 such labs are provided, are being built in this innovation complex, which is being built in Mumbai. Recently, which of the following state has unveiled its first official state emblem after approval from Union Ministry of Home Affairs? Now the state is Tripura. So Tripura has unveiled its first official state emblem. Now what is state emblem? The state emblem of India is regulated under the State Emblem of India Prohibition of Improper Use Act 2005. Now states in India can adopt emblem, but the condition is they need to receive the approval from Union Home Ministry. Now these state emblem, where these state can use this, they can use these state emblem on official seals, stationery, vehicles, and key public buildings. Unauthorized use for personal, organizational, or commercial purposes is strictly prohibited. Clear? In a significant move to bolster the fintech sector, Government of Odisha, in partnership with Singapore's Global Finance Technology Network, aims to establish Global Competency Center at which of the following locations? So Odisha government and Singapore has partnered to establish a Global Competency Center at Bhubaneswar. Okay? Now this center aims to foster collaboration in InsurTech sector and related areas. What is InsurTech sector? This sector is insurance sector in which technology is being used. Insurance sector in which technology is being used. Now this center will aim to develop the product in InsurTech sector and associated sector. Clear? That's why this Global Competency Center has been developed, established in Bhubaneswar. Now, there are 8 MOUs which has been signed between Odisha government and Singapore government. We will discuss only important MOUs. Clear? Now, first MOU is between the Odisha Industrial Infrastructure Development Corporation and SAMCO for establishment of industrial park in state. Second MOU is related is between these two organizations for setting up of green hydrogen corridor. Clear? Another important MOU between Odisha and Singapore is between the Bhubaneswar Development Authority and Surbana Jurong, okay, for development of a new city in Odisha. So these are three important MOUs which has been signed between Odisha and Singapore. Recently, who among the following was honored with Gates Cambridge Impact Prize 2025 by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation at Cambridge, United Kingdom? ठीक है. So Professor Urbasi Sinha is honored with this prize. Now, talking about this prize, that is Gates Cambridge Impact Prize. This prize was launched in year 2000 by Gates Foundation and University of Cambridge. Now, this prize is given to those scholars who have made some impact in last 25 years. In last 25 years, scholars who have made some impact, these prize is given to those persons. Now, in 2025, 8 persons is being given this prize. Those are Professor Urbasi Sinha, Alex Vale, Alexander Grigore, Mona Gabriel, Emily, Emma. Next one is Anup Tripathi, and last one is this. Recently, India has signed an MOU with which of the following countries to enhance cooperation and information on cyber threat intelligence and digital forensic in criminal investigations. So, information sharing on cyber threat intelligence and digital forensic in criminal intelligence investigations. An MOU has been signed between India and which country? So, the country is United States of America. From Indian side, Indian Cyber Crime Coordination Center is responsible for execution of this MOU. Now, this I4C, that this center is being affiliated with Ministry of Home Affairs, and it was launched in 2018. Now, this is a government initiative to deal with the cybercrime in India. So, from Indian side, this MOU will be executed by Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center, and from the US side, it will be Department of Homeland Security. Recently, Union Home Minister has attended which raising day ceremony of NDRF, that is National Disaster Response Force. Now, 20th raising day of NDRF has been celebrated recently. Now, what is NDRF? NDRF is a specialized force which is tasked with the responsibility to respond to natural or man-made disaster. Now, they will be the first to respond to natural or man-made disaster. It comes under Ministry of Home Affairs, and it was formed in 2016. ठीक है, clear है? Now, recently, which organization has announced the launch of its Internet Governance Internship and Capacity Building scheme? And the scheme is launched to build awareness and develop expertise in Internet governance among the Indian citizens. So, among the Indian citizens, this scheme aims to build the awareness and develop the expertise. In which field? In Internet governance. Now, this scheme has been announced by organization that is NIXI, yani National Internet Exchange of India. Now, this organization comes under Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, yani MeitY. And what does this organization do? This organization works to increase the internet penetration in India, and also it aims to increase the internet adoption in India. Clear? Now, talking about this particular scheme, this scheme is a biannual internship scheme, which works on two parallel tracks. That is, first is of 6-month program and second one is of 3-month program. Talking about the 6-month internship program, which will held in January, February to July, August. In this program, 10 interns will be selected who will be provided the training or internship under this 6-month program. In 6-month program, first 4 months will be dedicated to the research period, and the next 2 months will be provided for the practical training. So the next month will be provided with the practical training. Now, internship for the first 4-month program there will be research oriented assignment will be given to these interns. And for the last 2-month program, a practical training would be provided in which these interns needs to organize at least 4 outreach programs in various educational institutions, universities, non-government organization or similar entities. So this will be the 2 kind of program under this 6-month internship period. First 4-month research oriented assignment will be given, and the last 2-month period outreach program, they need to conduct the outreach program in various educational institutions, universities, etc. Talking about second terms of this internship, second term of internship is of 3-month program that starts from January, February, and it will move till April, May. In this also, interns, 10 interns will be selected for this said period, for this said internship. Initially, for initial 2 months, they will need to spend the time, these 2 months on research. Next rest 1 month, they will be given the practical training. In the practical training, they need to organize at least 2 outreach programs in various educational institutions, universities, non-government organizations, or similar entities. Okay. Now, after completion of this 6-month engagement successfully, they will be certified as NIXI Internet Influencer. And they need to conduct at least 6 awareness programs a year to remain these internet influencer, to remain the tag, to be certified as internet influencers. Okay, now a stipend of rupees 20,000 under this internship, a stipend of rupees 20,000 per month will be provided to these interns, and these interns would be mentored by subject matter experts from international organizations. Now these international organizations have collaborated with NIXI for this particular program, and these organizations are ICANN. It stands for Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. Second one is ISOC, yani Internet Society or Internet Information Security Operations Center. Third one is IEEE, that is Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. And fourth one is Internet Engineering Task Force. So these are the 4 organizations which has collaborated with NIXI for this particular program, for this particular scheme. So clear? Recently, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has distributed over 65 lakh property cards under Swamitv schemes. Now, Swamitv stands for Survey of Villages and Mapping with Improvised Technology in Village Areas. Okay? To property owners in over 50,000 villages. Now, you have to tell me that this scheme, Swamitv scheme, is implemented by which ministry? So, this scheme is implemented by Ministry of Panchayati Raj. We have discussed this scheme in detail previously. We are going to discuss this scheme today in brief. Okay. Now, this scheme stands for Survey of Villages and Mapping with Improvised Technology in Village Area. So, this is the full form of this scheme, and this scheme is launched by Ministry of Panchayati Raj. Also, this is a central sector scheme, means all the funding under the scheme would be provided by the central government. Okay. Initially, this scheme was launched as a pilot project in 2020, but later on, national rollout of this scheme was done in 2021. Okay. And the target year of completion of this scheme is 2024-25. Okay. Now, the scheme aims to cover at least 6.62 lakh villages in the country till 2024-25. Now, this scheme aims to provide record of rights. So, a kind of property card will be provided to the village land household owner, to the people who are living in rural areas. A kind of record of rights or property card would be provided to those owner of land. Okay. और kind of a legal ownership right भी कह सकते हैं इसको. We can also say that this is also known as legal ownership right, record of rights. ठीक है. Now the objective of this scheme is to create accurate land record for rural planning and reduce the property related disputes. Okay. Now second objective of this scheme is to bring financial stability to the citizen of rural India, by which how financial stability will be given to the people of rural India by enabling them to use the property. They can use their property for taking loans or another financial benefits. Okay. Now, by this scheme, government is aiming to determine the property tax. Okay. Also aims to determine the property tax. Okay. Now, also with this scheme, government is also aiming to create a survey infrastructure and GIS maps that can be leveraged by any department for their use. Okay. Now, This scheme is a collaborative efforts of Ministry of Panchayati Raj, Survey of India, State Revenue Department, State Panchayati Raj Department, and National Informatics Center. Now, this National Informatics Center, which is headquartered in New Delhi, it provides technology solution to Government of India. Okay, and it was launched in 1976. Its headquarters is in New Delhi. It comes under Ministry of MITI. It comes under MITI, Ministry of Information Technology. Okay, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Now, Survey of India, talking about Survey of India, its headquarters is located in Dehradun, and it is a central engineering agency which is in charge in mapping and survey. It helps government in mapping and survey. Since this scheme provide record of rights to the village landholders, how does this record of rights provided to them? See, it is a scheme which maps the land parcel in rural inhabited area. So the people who are living in rural areas, their land parcels or their land ownership, land parcels will be mapped by using drone technology. So using drone, government or this scheme aims to map the land parcels of the rural people. Okay. With this, government is targeting to create the land records, for which the land record will be created and a record of right or property card will be distributed to these landowners. Okay, that property card they can use for the financial stability, or they can take the loan using that particular property card, and the government can determine property tax using this particular land survey. Clear? Recently, World Meteorological Organization has launched operational phase of its initiative that will help change the way nations share Earth system data. Okay, you have to tell me that which initiative has WMO launched. Okay, the name of this initiative is WMO Information System 2.0. Okay, now talking about this system was operational from 1st January 2025, and now it is a framework of WMO data sharing. It is a framework of WMO data sharing, and it will make international, regional, national data sharing simple, effective, and inexpensive. Okay, now what kind of data will be shared among the international organization, regional organization, or national data organization? See, it is a real-time data sharing. So data will be shared on real-time basis, and it will enhance the accuracy of weather forecast. So some kind of earth system data will be shared among the organizations, and sharing of data will help in increasing the accuracy of weather forecast. It will help in increasing the cooperation among the global organization in sharing data. Also, it will support vital earth warning system. It will aid in climate research, and it will give some kind of economic and safety benefits to the organization and the countries. Clear? So this system was operationalized on 1st of January 2025, and more than 60 nations have participated in this system. And what is WMO? What is World Meteorological Organization? World Meteorological Organization is a specialized agency under UN which is responsible for international cooperation on atmospheric science, climatology, hydrology, and geophysics. So it is an organization which promotes international cooperation on these things. Okay, its headquarters is located in Geneva, Switzerland. Rubber Board has launched a web-based platform which has been designed to connect growers of untapped rubber holdings with interested adopters to maximize the plantation productivity. Now you have to tell me the name of this platform. So the name of this platform is INR Connect. Name of this platform is INR Connect. Now what is untapped rubber holdings? So untapped rubber holdings are those rubber plantations which are not working with their full potential. Okay, and these interested adopters are those companies or individuals who will adopt these rubber plantations to manage them and to help them work to their full potentials. Now, a platform has been launched to connect these two rubber plantations and the adopters or the companies, and the name of platform is INR Connect. Now, this board This board will certify the credibility of all the participating parties, like the rubber holdings, rubber plantations, farmers of rubber plantations, and the companies, like the interested adopters. It will also create a comprehensive database of certified tappers. So the people who are working in rubber industries, rubber farmers, this platform will provide the database to the companies so that they could connect with these farmers. Okay. Now, one more platform is also launched, that is ISNR platform, Indian Sustainable Natural Rubber Platform. Now, this platform streamlines the compliance process, which makes it more efficient for stakeholders which are involved in rubber supply chain. Now, this platform is designed to facilitate compliance with EUDR, that is European Union Deforestation Regulation for Indian rubber system. Okay. Now, what is EUDR? In 2022, European Union and its members signed the EUDR agreement, and this agreement aims to take measures to prevent deforestation and forest degradation which is caused by the imported products. So the imported products which is causing deforestation and forest degradation, this agreement is launched for them. This agreement aims to minimize the import of products which are linked to deforestation. By compliance to facilitate the EUDR is launched under this platform. Okay? Now this platform is designed to facilitate the compliance with EUDR. Clear है? चलिए. Recently, who among the following has been appointed as the Director General of CRPF? ठीक है? So Gyanendra Pratap Singh is appointed as Director General of CRPF. So CRPF comes under the Ministry of Home Affairs, and it was established in 1939. Now, what is the aim of this CRPF? CRPF assists states and union territories in maintaining their law and order, and also it helps in internal security. Headquarters of CRPF is located in New Delhi. As per recent information, United Nations will observe 2025 as International Year of Glacier Preservation. So 2025 will be observed as International Year of Glacier Preservation. Also, a day is marked annually as World Day for Glacier, which is starting from 2025. So in 2025, first World Day for Glacier will be observed. 2025 year, it will be observed as International Year of Glacier Preservation. So the day on which World Day for Glacier will be observed is 21st of March. Now, this idea of International Year of Glacier Preservation and World Day for Glacier is proposed by Tajikistan. Kindly remember this, that it is proposed by Tajikistan. And World International Year and World Day aims to raise the global awareness about the glacier's critical role in climate system. So to highlight the role of glacier in climate system, this day is proposed by this year, and the day is proposed by Tajikistan. Okay, and the day is 21st of March. As per recently released UNICEF report, Prospect for Children in 2025, Building Resilient System for Children's Future. In 2023, over how many children, or more than 1 in 6 globally lived in conflict zones? So you have to tell me that how many children are living in conflict zone as per this report. So as per the report, around 473 million children are living in conflict zones. It is 1 in 6 globally, more than 1 in 6 globally. Now talking about the UNICEF, UNICEF is an organization which was started in 1946, and on humanitarian ground, it provides emergency assistance to children. Headquarters of UNICEF is located in New York City, US. Okay. Now talking about this report, now the proportion of children which are affected by conflict has nearly doubled from 10% in 1990s to 19% as per this report. And the kind of risk which children are facing is displacement, starvation, disease, and psychological trauma. Another important data from this report is nearly 400 million children lives in country that is burdened by debt. So the country which are burdened by debt, nearly 400 million children are living in these countries. Another important fact from this report is only 2.4% of global climate finance is allocated to child responsive initiatives. So the initiative which are related to child responsive, to provide services to child responsiveness for child welfare, only 2.4% of global climate finance is provided to these initiatives. Next, see, there is a kind of digital divide which is seen in as per this report. So the youth of high income countries with 15 to 24 year of age, they are enjoying a very good internet access, while only 53% of youth in Africa, around half of youth have the internet access, especially in low income countries. Recently, India's first flying taxi prototype has been unveiled in Bharat Mobility Global Expo 2025. So what is its name? So the name of flying taxi prototype is Shunya. Okay, and this flying taxi prototype will help to transform the urban mobility. Talking about the Bharat Mobility Global Expo, it is being held from 17 to 22nd of January 2025 in New Delhi and Noida. At two places, this expo is being held. Theme of this expo is Beyond Boundaries, Co-Creating Future Automotive Value Chain. We have discussed this earlier in detail. Okay, talking about this taxi prototype. For this taxi prototype, two companies has collaborated. First one is Sonaspeed, whose corporate office is located in Bengaluru, and second one is Bengaluru-based Sarla Aviation. Now, this flying taxi, will accommodate up to 6 passengers, and the maximum load it can take is 680 kg. Now, the maximum speed of this taxi would be 250 km per hour, and it is currently optimized for short trips of 20 to 30 km. So basically, this flying taxi will help achieving the dream of air taxi, and also it will transform the urban mobility. Recently, Indian Space Research Organization ISRO has successfully germinated lobia seeds, black-eyed pea seeds in space as a part of CROPS module. It's CROP module. Okay? What does letter C stands for in acronym CROPS? So CROPS stands for Compact Research Module for Orbital Plant Studies. So compact is the answer of this question. Now, talking about this module, this is an experimental module to study plant growth in space. So it aims to study the plant growth in space under the microgravity. This module is developed by Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, which is located in Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. It is a kind of mini greenhouse with controlled air, temperature, simulated sunlight, and Earth-operated water delivery system. Now, talking about this mission, it is the first mission which is designed to germination of seeds and growth plant up to 2 leaves stage in space. So up to 2 leaves stage, this module is designed. Okay, it is a kind of it is designed as a fully automated system for 5 to 7 days experiment. So it is kind of 5 to 7 days experiment, and it is a fully automated system which is looking to study the plant growth in space. Recently, India's men's and women team, both teams has won the Kho-Kho World Cup titles. You have to tell me these both teams has defeated which country to win this title. Okay? So these both teams has defeated Nepalese team to win the title. Now, India's men Kho-Kho team has beat the Nepal team, and India's women team has won over the Nepalese team. Okay? So this is the first inaugural edition. Or inaugural edition of Kho-Kho World Cup, which is backed by Indian Olympic Association. Now, the tournament is organized by Kho-Kho Federation of India and International Kho-Kho Federation. Headquarters is in New Delhi. It is a 7-a-side fast format. 7-a-side fast format means a team will have 7 players in it. Okay. Now, talking about the Kho-Kho Federation of India, its headquarters is located in New Delhi. Okay. It is a national governing body for Kho-Kho in India. Okay. So this was part 3 of Best 300 MCQs January 2025. I'll see you in the part 4. Thank you for watching Study IQ.